So I'll try it out, and fuck damn it if it doesn't just get my goat.
This donut fucks.
Hello everybody. We are Everybody's a Mimic. And I forgot
you gotta give some warning.
Yeah, this stream's gonna start off real great with whatever got his goats.
This donut fuck. Flip it.
So anyway, blueberry cake donuts slap my ass.
Yeah. But you guys probably expected that from us anyways. We are Everybody's a Mimic, an actual play 5th edition D&D podcast, currently playing through the adventure Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is session 6. Yay. Session 6.
Woo.
We got past 5. We're on the second hand of counting. And we are joined today by everybody. Actually, yeah, that's right. It's been I think I want to say the first session in a while, maybe at least 2 sessions where we've had everybody. So, yay! Welcome back, everybody. How are you all doing?
We're doing hella
sad.
Oh no!
Not happy to
Way
hear.
to ruin it.
Yeah. So yeah.
I am happy. I'm glad to be here.
Good.
That was
So,
for comedy.
As you guys may or may not know, my name is Corey. I am your dungeon master, and today I will be playing with some loaded ice.
Ew.
Gross.
Disgust.
You guys just are good enough. Let's see your one-liners. Come on, who's here next? Who's next?
We had an established order for this, wasn't it? Like character.
Yeah, I'm last, so y'all.
It's alphabetical.
It's like alphabetical, like character name.
Yes.
My name is Carson, and I am playing Bitte Yetimated, and he's a father, so you can call him Daddy. I don't know.
He's a dad?
What news to me?
I don't.
Hello?
What?
Bitte has a
Do you have a kid?
The party is not
That's
my
not important.
son, but I will raise it.
Oh my god. I mean, is that the reason why he's called Yeti Mated? Is a half Yeti kid somewhere?
Oh god.
That's not important.
Could you imagine though that like a half Yeti, half Goliath kid is just a giant like hairless Yeti?
I can't believe.
I was not ready for this information this morning.
Dropping bombshells at like 10 o'clock on a Saturday.
Well, it's not my fault. Y'all never asked about his home life.
I feel like I should have asked.
You, Corey, you know all about his home life.
I don't. It is news to me that you have a
Corey's
kid.
Corey's like, you sent me all of his home life, but I never.
Rolling through past DMs. Oh, there I can see where it does say that.
I definitely am doing that right now. Yeah.
It's fine. We don't need to tell.
But I love though because we all shared our party specific, backstories, and that did not come up. So that was something that was not party specific. You guys don't deserve to know that he had a kid.
Damn.
He's just very private about his home life.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends. Bidet.
God damn it, Bidet.
And it's most disappointing that Rosie never asked.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, next up our party, before we get some fighting words coming out here.
Hey, that's me. I'm Blake. I play Dell. Nah, Dre Murik, Os. And, if Dell had to choose his favorite donut, it would probably be like a cinnamon twist.
Mm.
But in the shape of a circle?
No, why?
Because it's a donut.
Yeah, you know, the
Long
definition
Johns are a
of
donut.
donut can be stretched. It's not just like, oh yeah, circle bread. Sometimes you braid them.
But, like, do you start with the circle bread and then just stretch it and twist it, and then that's your twist?
Have you never seen a Long John?
No.
Or a Bear Claw?
I've seen Long
No.
John
What is-
Silver's. But I thought
Corey,
Bear
what-
Claw was just a pastry.
I mean, yes, but it is often sold at donut shops in I think a slightly different form. Like I think normally it's like
A Bear Claw?
it's like a puff pastry kind of thing with like layers, but I
Or he
think
sees a bagel and is like, oh fuck yeah, donut. Circle bread.
one of
This
these
bitch.
delicious savory donuts.
God damn it. All right.
All right.
Whatever, y'all.
Who's next?
Yeah, let's go.
I guess that means I'm next. I'm Ben. I play Levi, your favorite shirtless himbo bimbo boy. And if Levi had to pick a favorite donut, it would probably be either a maple bar or some sort of fritter.
Nice.
Did I hear a no?
Yeah, when he... Look.
You have strong opinions about donuts in this group.
No, it wasn't about that.
He just
I got
didn't
no
like
problem
how I
with your donut choice, but when you're calling it something, we got a himbo bimbo.
I love it.
Moving on.
Hi, I'm Ray. I play Rosemary. And I might not be a mom, but I am the mom friend. Hey.
Hey.
Also, she's the cutest spider you've ever seen in your life.
Does Rosemary wear mom jeans?
Can't
Yes.
confirm.
She wears mom friend jeans.
Mom friend jeans.
This is my
They're like
mom's-
mom jeans, but you steal them from your friend.
All right. Well, we last let off in our previous session. We had just returned from Kelvin's Cairn from the Duergar outpost. We brought back with us one of the Duergar, the leader of the encampment, and Trovis slit his throat. There was some arguments from the party. Not truly the way they wanted it all to go down, but he was a murderous little dwarf. The people of Kaer Konig have no love for the Duergar, and it seemed to be the smartest thing to do given his connection to the overall threat of them in the area. And so, having returned...
Did they throw the body in the river?
Actually, no, they did not. They will be leaving it out to Oral as part of their next sacrifice. Although Kaer Konig does not typically sacrifice humans, they usually do warmth.
Kaer Konig not even have a river.
They have the big lake right there.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. All his stories.
Yeah, I
And
know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He was always like, they threw that other river. And then it was specifically pointed out that there was no river for him to be saying this about.
This is
Which
true.
is a detail I think we all love.
This is true. Also, at the end of the last session, you guys had received a missive delivered by Justice de Morbray, the community service serving lumberjack, ankle chopping off lumberjack, potential
Okay.
naive accomplice to murder lumberjack, or to accessory after the fact, hiding of evidence, obstruction of justice lumberjack. And he delivered a missive written by Olivessa requesting that Del Nadre and his party go visit Lonelywood and assist their speaker with some strange animal activity. Olivessa did express some speed and promptness in replying to the request because she does not want you guys to miss out on any other speakers or towns sending assistance to the town of Lonelywood and claiming that the credit for it, and honestly it's a missed opportunity for you guys to improve the relations of Goodmead with the rest of the towns. And so we are now, you guys have returned all of the items to all of the, what was stolen. You had the pearl beads. Let me start back.
Yeah, I have 25 decorative carved pearl beads, 3 daggers, fishing tackle, navigator's tools, woodcarver's tools, and 73 silver pieces.
Mm-hmm. You're easily able to find the owners of the pearls. That is the Frozen Far Expeditions, the owner of the lantern, the 2 sisters there in town, and you find a couple of other commoners who you're not quite sure. Actually, roll me some insight.
Insight. Let's see. Where's insight? There's insight.
There you go. Okay. So yeah, you're able to hunt down and find the real owners of those items that you had, except for the silver pieces. People try to claim that, but nobody you believed was telling the truth whenever you said, "Are you missing 73 silver pieces?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, I am," but nobody was actually telling the truth. However, you did find a little gentleman who was missing his navigator's tools and woodcarver's tools as well, and any other things that you had found there in the Durigar outpost. You guys still have the treasure that you acquired from the previous, from the outpost, which is, in total, 2 suits of scale mail for dwarves, 2 steel shields, 3 war picks, 9 javelins,
9 jewelry,
2 climbers kits, and 4 mess kits.
Bito will keep all the javelins.
Okay. Keeping all the javelins. Frozen Far Expeditions is willing to buy the climber's kit off of you guys for full price if you wish to sell those, as well as the mess kits. But as far as everything else, he has no interest in purchasing any kind of the weaponry or the armor.
What would be the price if we wanted to sell the climber's kits and mess kit?
I have a climber's kit in my inventory.
I mean, we probably want to keep one of those because we're going to be climbing.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember if we found one and we're like, oh yeah, Dell, take that, and then the 2 that we're counting here are additionals, or if we found the 2.
Additional.
I think they are additional because you used your climber's kit to climb up outside of the outpost, right? No, you got flung up.
I used my Goliath friend
to fling. That's right.
But I can remember. I think it is just one of them we kept. I think one of them we were like, Dell, you can use that, because I remember Rosemary finding them and being like, I give one to Dell.
Right, I believe so. So
they might be one of the 2.
The Frozen Far will buy it for 25 gold pieces.
Yeah, sell that second kit.
Yeah, let's sell the second kit.
Sell the second kit. Got it.
I had put all of the stuff that we got onto the sled gear, so whatever we're selling, I can take off. So
okay, so take off both of the climbers kits and the javelins.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can get 8 silver for the mess kits, or you guys can keep them. I don't really know that we need a mess kit.
Should we just sell them so that it won't clutter up our stuff?
Yeah, just take.
And then I'm happy to play party treasurer if we want, or we can split up by whatever, but it's hard to split 25 gold in 4.
We'll be communists. Just keep it as a collective.
Okay. So that's 25. And then 4 times 8. Or were they collectively worth 8 silver pieces? The mess kits.
Collectively worth 8 silver pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everything there looked like it was multiplied.
So we are at 87 silver pieces and 27 gold pieces.
87 silver pieces and 27 gold pieces.
Levi looks in his coin pouch, and then he looks at Rosemary, and he is confused as to whether or not Rosemary also wants his money, and now he feels awkward at the fact that he has money that Rosemary does not have.
Okay, that's your money. This is party money.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want it to be party money.
He just puts his coin purse back in his bag.
Okay.
And he just nods.
Rosemary is a druid who grew up in the mountains, and money is... She understands it, but also is very lax about it.
Every coin was worth the same.
It's like, look at all these coins I have.
She tips in platinums, thinking that she's
Some of
supposed
them-
to tip a coin.
Some of them are gray and some of them are yellow.
And some of them are wooden.
Alright, let's see if we can make a quick detour to Goodmead. Finish the intro quest so we can level up.
Yes.
And then make our way to Lonelywood.
Alright, so
Gotta drop off our newest citizen of Goodmead.
Yeah.
Yes, I must go build them a house.
Establish a Chawinga embassy.
Yes.
So it'll take 10 hours walking across to get to Goodmead. At what time in the... Now, you guys arrived back at the Duragar outpost. You spent
Wait,
What?
I'm remembering before we leave Caer Konig, I gotta ask the dwarf man at the store, hey, I found this letter, it's written in Dwarvish, I don't speak that language, what's it say?
Is this how you're asking him?
What the accent?
Yeah.
Says, would you like his to scale me?
This is me, Blake, being a fucking nerd. Dell is a refined speaker. He would have just been like, hey, can you read this?
Damn, I really thought you were going to say, yes, my good sir, I would like to bother you for a moment of your time.
You will address me as my good bitch or nothing else.
So yes, the dwarf there at Frozen Far, that is Mr. Jarthra. Jarthra. He kind of looks at the paper, and it's a crumpled up little piece of paper, scribbled on in charcoal. And he's like, he kind of looks at it a little bit, and he's like, oh god, who wrote this? This is horrendous handwriting.
Where did you get that? Like, out of character? If you wish to share.
He got it from
I don't remember. I'm gonna guess I probably got it from the guy's bedroom where I found like the lantern and stuff.
He did,
But
yes.
if not,
it was in the
then-
outpost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the outpost. It was right where Blake was remembering. It was on the
Captain's
desk.
room.
Yeah, it was on the desk of Nildar's room there, right next to the. He kind of just, when in good rogue fashion, grabbed everything that looked important and also the things that didn't look important.
Nice.
So
everything that's not nailed down.
Jarthra kind of just he grabs some spectacles, puts them on. He's like, oh dear. I say you
Rough
may
draft of his erotic fan fiction.
He takes a piece of paper over and he writes it down, what it says, and he hands it back to you, and he says, "I should definitely warn the people of East Haven of what might be lurking in their midst. Best of luck to you."
No.
Another detour.
So on the letter it says, "Brother, you will find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Chardalyn continues. Long may our father reign over this dark and desperate land." I didn't mean to say desperate. I meant to be like, not deposed?
Disparate?
No.
Dank?
Yeah, let's go dark and dank land. They're
Dark,
smoking
dank,
too
and
much.
dreary.
Yeah. Despot.
This land whose wastes and wilds are dank AF. Sorry, was that weird? I feel like it was weird.
It's great.
It was fantastic.
It was. It's good. All good, guys.
there could be no danker land than the land of pipeweed.
So, what would you guys like? So, having your letter now translated, and you guys have gotten everything settled in town. Because you completed the quest and returned the items, you have free lodging there in Kaer Konig, should you choose to use it. I'd say about, right now is probably about midday, maybe a little bit after lunch. They've just served you a, oh goodness gracious. They've just served you a...
Carson, whatever you're doing in front of your mic.
It's so
Whoops.
loud.
Fucking bags again. I could eat soup and bubble gum at the same time. Y'all wouldn't hear shit. But if I even look at a bag.
Yeah. Your microphone, you just didn't know it. You picked up like the one they use for chip bag commercials, specifically designed to seek out and amplify chip bags and bags of any kind. So it's just after lunch. You've been fed a nice hot meal, and they recommend that it'll take you 10 hours. Or not they recommend, but they indicate or tell you that it'll take you 10 hours to walk to Goodmead. Now, the gentleman, Jarthra, and the human scout that is overseeing Frozen Far, they have sled dogs, and should you purchase at least 4 per sled, at least 4 per sled, then that would cut your travel time in half. Now, it is about 20 gold pieces per dog.
You act like we have 80 gold pieces collectively.
That's just for one sled.
That is
just... How do bread and butter fit into the calculations?
So dog sleds typically use
dogs.
I mean, they. It doesn't really say how many sleds you're supposed to have per. An empty sled costs 20 gold pieces. A sled dog.
We have Bitte's sled, which carries 2,700 pounds.
Yeah, well, yes, but not at a fast pace. So each sled dog can carry 360 pounds.
Yeah, so...
And a sled weighs 300 pounds. So you have 2 sleds. Bread and butter, as well as Bitte, you guys, you can handle the load easily, but not the speed. So yeah. I would say...
I will say, Bitte is not affected by difficult terrain, nor is the party, when traveling long distances with him. So that helps.
It does help, but still doesn't... It just makes you assure that you guys can go at the normal pace at all times, not that you can go faster.
Okay.
So I have 27
overland versus over road.
I mean, if he's willing to trade us for the scale mail for dwarves, we might be able to afford some sled dogs. But he said he didn't want that.
He truly did not have any interest in it. However, that was speaking more on a term of like he didn't really want to buy it for the
full price.
Frozen Far. Now you may be able to convince him to buy it on his own. But let's play that out. So you guys just need 4 dogs. We're gonna put 2 dogs in each one, and that'll help you guys go at a dog sled pace, which would then cut your travel time in half, and you just need to feed the dogs every now and then.
That would be lovely. So is he a dwarven man?
He is a dwarf.
You say, sir, would you like this very shiny scale mail for yourself, and also a bonus backup set for if or when the first set gets dirty?
I would love it. Are you? Well, thank you, madam. And he kind of just walks up to grab it from you.
We are in need of some sled dogs in order to make our life traveling a little bit easier. Oh. And I know you said that you were not interested in buying these for Frozen Far, but perhaps some sort of trade agreement could be reached. In dogs for chainmail currency. Yes. Does someone else who's good at bartering want to take over?
Slide on by ya.
I mean, I told you, ma'am, that I don't want to buy those for Frozen Far.
Betty has done a lot of dealing with them in the past because this is kind of his home base.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What would he think is like the best way to approach him to get him interested in this?
Jarthra being a guide quite often on traveling across the tundra does not have any practical use for scale mill. That's something that Bitte is well aware. This is not. You need to come out at it as a more of like a sign of prosperity, like a shiny new suit or a shiny new new clothing, rather than saying, "Oh, you definitely need this," because hiking through the tundra.
My friend, these are troubling times we find ourselves in. I mean, you yourself have conveyed the dangers that Duragar menace.
Yes.
And so on and so forth. And you never know when you're gonna need a good set of scale mail and potentially a backup set of scale mail in the face of underground dwarf invasion.
And of course, it is in troubling times people look to those that both are resourceful and appear to be strong and successful. And what says strength and success like having multiple pairs of fresh new armor that you can change whenever you choose?
Look how strong and successful this scale mail is.
The Duragar do have good craftsmanship, and it is my size, right? Can I try one on at least?
Oh, absolutely! I insist.
Certainly.
If I cut myself more of a dwarvish figure, I would not be giving these away.
He puts one on, and he walks over to the mirror they have, which is typically used to make sure that gear is secured on tightly. But he's showing himself off. Yes, it does look. Do you think? No. She wouldn't go for that.
Oh. Is there a she in this picture?
Yes. Allie. You know Allie, right? You guys returned the lantern to her. Her and her sister over there at the Northern
Allie
Light.
the corrupt sister or the nice sister?
The nice sister.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Like,
of course we know Allie.
You weren't gonna help him if it was the.
No, it changes. I mean,
it's a different game.
She's like, she would never go for anything like this. No.
Sir.
I don't think.
Let me tell you, from the woman's perspective, a man with good armor. that might just be my orc half's talking, but it shows strength, it shows wealth, it shows that you are willing to protect and provide for a household. What else can a woman want?
Surreptitiously turn Levi so his back is to this man. We don't need mid argument for him to glance over and be like, I don't know, that guy is real hot and he's not wearing anything.
Levi, with his back to the man, makes his cloak billow. I don't care. He doesn't care that we're inside. The cloak billows, and Levi kind of flexes with his back to the guy, and he's like, always accessorize. Always.
fine.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll take one. I can't take two. 40 gold. How do you think? How's that sound?
Would we perhaps do a trade for... Because we are running between towns, and we do need some sort of faster travel. Would you be able to part with a couple of sled dogs in exchange for the armor?
Rosemary.
Yes?
40 gold would buy 2 sled dogs.
Yeah, but we need 4.
Yeah, but
4
halfway
dogs, and
there.
you get a spare set of armor to show that you can afford multiple sets.
Yes,
All
what he
right.
said.
Somebody roll me persuasion with advantage.
Someone who is not me.
I assume it should probably be
Dell.
Dell, yeah.
Yeah, does Dell have the highest charisma?
Okay. Yeah.
You sold me. I'll work something out with. Atnas, and I think we can spare the sled dogs for. I'll just take it out of my cut for the week, or for the month. But this is worth it, right? You're sure that she's going to.
You won't
notice me more.
even miss it. You'll be so busy spending time with Owlie after she catches you in not 1 but 2 sets of armor. Not at the same time, you understand, but you know.
He was already like mid-arm through the second set of scale available before he stops, and he's like, okay. Sorry, I gotta just a little bit excited there. She's just so fair.
Mary just like gives him a big old like slap on the back and probably like knocks him forward a couple steps. He's like, good man, smart man. She's not gonna be able to stay away from you. Best of luck.
Betty gets down on one knee beside him as he's looking in the mirror, so that they're
Betty's
like close
to people.
Close-ish. I mean, Betty's still probably
Betty, you have a child.
about a head taller
We don't know that.
than him. And he says, sorry, what's his name again? Because I'm terrible with names.
Jarthra.
I want you to remember, this armor, much like in battle, it is to give you the confidence and the strength to show your own bravery without fear. It is the same in this matter. Ali is a kind and generous and beautiful soul. That is why you care about her opinion. This armor is not going to win her over and make her fall in love.
I thought that was the whole point of why I was buying it for you. What is this?
The point is to give you the confidence to be the wonderful man I know you to be, so that she can see that she loves you.
Did she say that? Does she love me? Oh my goodness, love. It's moving so fast.
Do not get ahead of yourself. Do not make expectations and.
But you said she loved me. Does she love
perceptions. Me, I'm saying that this will give you the confidence to find out.
Come on, let me go get you your dogs, set you up on your sled, and get you guys on your way so that I can freshen up tonight for my date with Allie.
Rosemary's like wiping away a tear.
All right.
Levi gives him a giant thumbs up and says, "You get him, champ."
Okay. So
I'm excitedly watching for the dogs.
Hmm?
I said I'm excitedly watching for the dogs.
Nice. I removed the dwarven armor from our sled gear.
Okay, so you guys have obtained 4 4 sled dogs who are nice and healthy, and he has given you guys about a week's worth of food to go with them. So after a week, you just have to go to a town or hunt or give them, you can give them good berries, but you will notice that your dogs will slowly start to wither away in muscle mass.
Yeah.
Because it's only sustaining them. It's not keeping them well fed.
It's not nourishing them.
Yes.
Even when engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. And when you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would.
Yes, nice. We understand you're Mr. Ranger Man, making it all easy for us.
Mr. Ranger Man.
Rangers exist to be good at all of the stuff that no one wants to do in D&D. Yeah. So respect what they do when it comes up.
Mr. Ranger Man.
Even they don't get many opportunities to flex their ranger prowess.
It's the one thing Rangers are actually good at.
Okay, important questions. Do these dogs come pre-named?
They do not.
They don't have any kind of name. They're just like, I'm dog.
I am dog, hear me roar.
They all respond to the same commands. They were taught commands, not names.
All right. We need doggo descriptors so that we can all bond with our own individual doggo, and
okay. One is
4 dogs for 4 party members.
Dog 1. Shaggy black and white hair with brown paws.
They all just like mysteriously mirror the characters in appearance.
Dog 2, short, brisk, pointy. How would you describe a boxer's hair?
It seems like the dog that is least equipped for the Arctic, Corey. Sled dogs are like
I feel like they're all probably huskies.
Muscular, short but thick hair, blue-gray color. Okay, that one's muscular. His dog 3, a bit overweight, but with a perky attitude.
He's thick but strong.
Red. Dog 4, grumpy, moody, yet loyal, and will always be there for you when your girl leaves you high and dry. Brown with white and yellow spots.
I'm taking the red one and I'm naming it Jam.
I would like to pick dog number 2.
I'm feeling kind of drawn to the Tsundere dog.
It's not like I like you or anything, Wolf.
BT will take the shaggy one and name it Lova.
Lova.
All right, so please add these dogs
Mr. Lova
and their information into the sled gear, or I can create a new thing for you guys to. I'm gonna create a new handout specifically for doggos.
Perfect.
Pet.
Doggos in all players' journals. I do hope that you guys will input pictures as well as more information about them as you bond with them on your journeys. Maybe soon enough they can become things that you can attack with.
All right, I'm just going to use mastiff statistics. Do sled dogs have a specific
stat? They use the wolf stat block.
They use wolf stat block. Okay, never mind. Be gone, mastiff.
So they must take a short rest after pulling a sled for 1 hour. Otherwise, they gain 1 level of exhaustion. So remember this.
Okay.
Wait, you're telling me they have to take an hour-long break after they pull the sled for an hour?
30-minute break.
But during that hour,
it still cuts our travel time in half, yes?
Yes.
Even with the rest?
Even with the rest. So this is just something you assume is just built into that. Now
Baked in.
It really makes more. It plays more into whenever you guys are going across the tundra. Walking along the trail will ignore this rule if you're going overland. There's plenty of times to stop. We can just kind of hand wave that. When you go over the tundra, making them go the whole time without stopping, if you're in the middle of a blizzard, do you want to stop or do you want to keep going? Do you take that extra level of exhaustion, etc.? They also come with little doggy coats to keep them warm in this cold weather, and they have goggles.
Fuck yeah.
Dog goggles.
Here's my chosen
Doggles.
doggo.
This is your doggo?
That's my chosen doggo.
I put.
Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. And it's so perfect. Like, it is truly what I described.
I put a picture of Jam in. Oh my god, he's so cute. I put a picture of Jam in the doggo's note.
All right. Oh, look at it. It's so adorable. Dogs. Anyways, continuing on now. We have the dogs. We have It's now probably about 2 p.m. You can make it to Goodmead by dark if you leave now.
Okay.
Or you can stay and... Oh, God. I love that face. Or you guys can wait the night, stay, have dinner for free, and then continue on tomorrow morning.
My thought is get to Goodmead before night, do whatever we have to do in Goodmead tomorrow morning, and then try to get as far to Lonelywood as we can tomorrow. Does that sound good to y'all? Unless we have other things that we want to get done here.
Well, so, no, not here, but considering the knowledge we have of... Why won't my doggo picture save? What have you done so well that I can't do?
What are you trying to do?
He's trying to
I'm trying to put my dog picture in the thing.
I just, copied it from Google and hit paste.
It's difficult.
Copy image.
Oh yeah, we do have the information for East Haven.
It worked. Okay. Yes. Do we want to... So, yeah, well, I think we need to go because speed is a factor. Should we split once we hit the, right here? Send 2 people to East Haven just to deliver the message. Hey, heads up, guys. You may have some issues.
You
coming
are
your
also...
way.
You are Speaker of Goodmead. We could delegate and have someone run a message for us.
I guess that's also true.
You are also traveling back with Justice de Morbray.
Give it to Justice then. When we hit that, we'll just be like, "Hey, Justice, I need you to deliver this letter to East Haven. I'm gonna quickly write up."
Does Goodmead like East Haven?
Is East Haven like Goodmead?
The only thing that Goodmead doesn't like is Dugan's Hole. That's just the
Yeah, those fuckers.
Everybody likes Goodmead because of their mead. As far as do they really care about the town? No. Most of if they are a bigger town, they don't care about what's smaller to them. So like Turlemaine, Targos, Bryn Shander, East Haven, they look at that little group looks at each other as more rivals / compatriots, and looks at everybody else as just a place to get services, essentially, or not even like a suburb because they're not even close to each other.
Okay.
So yeah, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna draft up just a basic letter of from the desk of Del Nadre Miricas, town speaker of Goodmead. Hello, friends of East Haven. Yada yada yada. Received troubling news. Yada yada yada. Enclosed, find a copy of the translated letter. Yada yada yada. And be aware, Goodmead stands with you. Send necessary information and details to Granny Olivessa or Shrine Maiden, and yeah. But the actual words.
Nice.
All right. So you give him the message, and as you guys set off the next morning, you reach the crossroads down there between East Haven and Goodmead, known as the crossroads where the road cuts straight through the east way. He continues on to East Haven to deliver the message to their speaker. And while
I'm gonna give him a gold so that he can get a place to stay and food while he's in East Haven.
He is most grateful. He not only most grateful for the gold, but also for just the opportunity. He doesn't want, thank you for saving his life. Very humble and not pathetic, but you might have viewed it as pathetically begging for his life continuously, even after you've already granted it.
I like that kid.
He's a good kid.
Shows promise.
Shows promise, yes. So
a good kid.
And then now
good day. Have you ever thought about having kids? Sorry, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Sorry, that was a weird thing to ask.
I have children.
Oh shit!
What?
Children now?
Children, plural?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You never brought them to visit?
They like to stay close to home.
Wait, like actual kids?
Yes. What kind of children would I be talking about if not actual children?
I don't know,
Oats.
like mentors, mentees.
I mean,
The wise
I
5-year-old.
spent most of my time in the
Orphans.
high mountains. It is not really a place you would take a random child. I mean, this is D&D, so...
The child was already there, and you're just, sponsoring them for $1 a day or something like that.
I mean, yes, my children were already there.
So wait, now
Definitely applies.
Yes.
Your children were already there. Are they adopted?
Most of them.
Most.
Okay, hold on.
How many?
How many children are we discussing here?
When last I was home, about 5, I think.
Oh my god.
Levi just rubs his brow for a second. He's like, "Ooh, that is already many children."
Rosemary's eyes are just
not the normal number.
Rosemary's eyes are just very wide and it's like, does that make me an aunt? Can I meet your kids? Can I give them presents?
Absolutely.
She starts preparing a bunch of good berries to keep around as candy for the kids.
Yes.
All right, let's get going.
Let's get yes. So
Hey, Corey, really quick, over the table. Remind me. So we've just spent 2 nights in Caer Konig, which means since
you spent one night in at the outpost, and then one night in Caer Konig.
Okay.
So yes, 2 nights, not both in that town.
So it's been since Levi joined the party. It's been what, 17 days, right? Because we spent about 10 days in Goodmead.
Yes, you spent a 10-day in Goodmead.
Cool. Just got to keep track of time.
Yes, he is our calendar.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
Continuing on to Goodmead.
Oh my god, you guys still haven't cleared up the militia? Go home! The election was days ago.
Not days,
Please disperse, crowd.
weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it was like at least a week because we stayed in town for a week.
So yes, got rid of all that now. Should be good. So you guys, you will find the lady the researcher, Danica, is currently in the mead hall.
Danica.
Despite it being midday, she is already shit-faced in the mead hall. As you get to town, you ask for...
It's like dinner time, right?
Yeah, because it was like midday when we left, and it took us 5 hours to get there.
You said it was like 2-ish after we did all the negotiations.
You didn't. Okay, so then what I was saying to Ben is wrong. You did not spend any night in Karakonik then. So
okay.
My bad. I was mistaken. I thought you had stayed and left in the morning. So yes, it is dinner. So yes, it makes more sense that she is completely shit-faced on mead.
God, she's completely under the table now.
Yeah.
We should have seen her at midday.
She is currently giving off a rendition to the bees, where she is just like throwing meat around and going buzz buzz, buzz buzz buzz, buzz 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 buzz, buzz buzz, buzz buzz buzz. Walking into the meat hall, Dooley kind of just looks at you and says, I really hope that you guys have found her whatever she's looking for, because I cannot go through another day of this.
It's like riding Levi's shoulder, so I'll go for the full dramatic flourish. Vanna White, behold! And then so it'll be like the Vanna White where like I put my arms out to my side, and then when I look over, I'll be like, oh, that's like Levi's belly button, and just raise the arms until they hit shoulder height.
And Levi does that. You know, like how bodybuilders pose with like their
like the one arm bent, the other one out.
No, he like you know when they pose like straight forward, where they put like their thumbs like up to their rib cage and their back, and they like puff out their chest. He does that, and the cloak billows, and the Chewinga is just like sitting calmly on his shoulder.
And Danica just like from across the way looks at you guys and just says, and like, stops her buzzing. It's like, you guys, hey,
us guys,
we guys.
She starts stumbling forward. She falls off of the stage, like flat on her face. It's a rather bad fall, but that stops her nonetheless. She struggles up, like grabs onto a chair, but then like the way she grabbed it like on the back and pulling herself up, and so it just like slips out and slams onto the ground again. She gets up again, this time grabbing onto the table
now
a bit more.
Now Levi feels bad.
She's still like
he feels
at
bad
least
about this.
20 feet away from you, or 30.
Yeah,
feet.
Levi just
like you
Levi
guys are just like
Levi closes the distance and helps her up.
She's like, and she slaps your hand away. Hey, where did you? I've been sitting here and you left me.
Okay.
And
Levi pushes her down.
Stole my lantern. What? I'm right to report you to the speaker.
We are the speaker.
Hey now.
I am the manager.
She looks over to Dale. Hey, did you know you stole my lantern?
You gave us that lantern.
You need to arrest that person. And she's pointing at you.
You gave us a quest!
What?
I pointed the Chewinga angrily now.
You found one. She kind of like almost
you asked us to.
Not really sobers up, but things click in her head now. She remembers the quest now. She's like, she just reaches with her hands, just really grabby, and just kind of like walks towards Levi, who's not that far away now. And she's like,
Levi,
please.
Yeah, Levi, absolutely. No, Levi slaps her hands out of the way.
She like football, like just a spin move, comes back around, like continues to go for. It's like we had an agreement.
Rosemary puts herself in between. It's like, just you gotta be careful. We don't want it to get hurt. You're a little drunk.
Fine. But we had an agreement. Yes, I need it for research. I'm gonna solve the cold.
You may observe it for your research. This
That-
Chewinga is my friend, and this Chewinga, I will build it a house close to yours so that you may observe it and you may interact with it. If any harm comes to this Chewinga, the exact same harm will come to you at my hand. Am I clear?
I don't know. I don't. What? I'm not gonna.
We're starting a community.
Okay. Well.
If it catches on, there will probably be like lots of Chewinga for you to observe. So you know,
Yes.
let it happen.
Well then, I have the perfect place, and she like runs out the meat hall.
Levi follows.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
just
gonna like
following her.
pass out in
At
the
a
snowbank
walking
and
pace.
die.
I will make sure her tab is paid.
Yeah, it's a pretty hefty one. 5 gold pieces. She had been continuously adding it for multiple days.
Yeah, we're not paying that.
I mean, are y'all down if I pay it out of the silver pieces?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's a tab that's been open for days. I don't
Yeah, it
think
can be open another day.
it needs to be.
She's not going anywhere.
I was like, I will pay her tab. It's 5 gold pieces. She will pay her tab.
She was gonna
Beat
pay
it.
you guys.
Yeah, she is gonna pay us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Beta
so
will
she'll pay
sit,
us and she could pay her own tab.
yeah, Beta will sit down and say, "What meat on her?"
Yeah.
So, do you grab the meat to go, or would you like to sit there?
And that Beta just kind of chills out. Fuck it, nah. He's curious. We'll go.
All right. So,
So,
she kind
so he
of.
has what's like a proportional like thimbleful of mead
So she,
that he's just sipping on.
she rushes out the door and takes a quick left, loses her footing, slides a little bit, but she's able to get right back up and continues running back here. You see there's a little shed, this larger little building there seems to be, has a lot of beekeeping tools. It's not really a house, but just by looking through the windows, you can see there's a bed inside. But she doesn't go to that one. No, she goes to the obvious shed and kind of throws open the door, and it is just this like horrendously disorganized research laboratory. She like pulls down blinds where you can see that she has created like numerous holes with numerous numbers of like instruments, like weather tools, lots of telescopes kind of plugged out of it, and she kind of just like gestures. She's like, come quick, around the corner of this shed.
Again, Levi follows, but at a walking pace. He's not hasty in any way.
Okay, so as you guys turn the corner, she's already like, quick, come on, and runs around the corner of her building and kind of just sits and waits for you guys in this little tiny grove right here. And the grove is a pretty good grove. For the Chewinga, it has the protection that they saw last time, where the trees are, very cypressy, so they're very green all the way down, allowing some privacy. And there's also one rather larger tree that provides a pretty good canopy overhead. On the inside, the snow is a lot lighter. Still there, but it doesn't get as much fresh snow dropping on inside this little clearing inside the grove. And there is and you can tell one of the trees has already kind of been chopped down a little bit to allow like a pathway into the grove that is just so perfectly lined up with this little research shed.
Levi walked into the grove and kind of just pats the Chewinga on the head, and he knows it doesn't understand him, but he kind of gestures to the grove and he says, "How do you feel about a new home?" And he makes like a kind of dome shape with his hands. He says, "If we build it here together, would you live here?"
And it just looks up at you and puts its arm. It just mimics what you're doing, like with little arms above its head.
Fantastic. And Levi sets to gathering stones that he could find, like decent-sized stones. And so my plan is to use like a combination of stones and snow, and then like needles and stuff from the trees to build like a thatch roof house, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Rosemary can help.
Of course. All right. Give me a. It's rather small. Let's go with sleight of hand. With advantage, because Rosemary's helping. Levi, on your building the house.
Yeah, this is gonna be not great, but.
What's your dexterity score?
4 to 15.
I suppose you could also use nature as your.
Yeah, my nature is even worse. Let me try with advantage to roll sleight of hand, and we'll see how this goes.
Arctic capybara.
It's amazing capybara. Ooh,
I'll take that.
Look at that.
It is easily the most bombus of thatched roofs houses. Like, you're able to form bricks out of the ice. The stone, it has a nice cobblestone floor. The thatched roof is so expertly done. It like, you even like created little gutters that divert some of the like, melting rain or melting snow off to the side into a tiny little pond behind it. There's windows in the side of the house.
God, a water feature.
Yep.
I kind of wanted to like. I know Entangle doesn't work this way, but like since I'm a druid, if I can just for fucking flavor do Entangle to give it like a little bit of like almost like a garden hedge wall.
Oh yeah,
for like a little bit of protection.
Yes,
absolutely. I love that.
Allow this. You sprout some of the
climbing ivy to hold it together.
Yeah, you guys make a mini mansion.
Vita pulls out some like deer ribs that he's picked up in the last few days out in the snow and is like carving little scrimshaw crown molding.
I love it.
It's
gonna be the best. Like it's like a mansion for this little dude.
Pretty much.
It's like the little fairy houses people put on Pinterest.
God, yes, exactly. I used to make so many fairy houses when I was a kid.
So the Chewinga is just like excited. He helps where he can. More often than not, he kind of gets in y'all's way, but you give him, you allow him as much freedom to assist, even if it's not ideal in the final construction of it. The window he helps with is very like oblong and not even. The bricks he has just like are poorly packed and like they've collapsed multiple times, but like secretly in the past you just like made them good again.
Yeah.
I feel like Rosemary is giving him like yes or no or like choose between two options for like stylistic choices. It's like, you like this one or this one? You want this? Yeah?
Putting
up
let's
do
paint
this.
Swatches, which are just different colored leaves.
Yeah.
For the wallpaper.
So
I'm gonna take the bell that comes with my whatever the fuck thieves kit pack or whatever, and I'm gonna make him a little doorbell.
Oh my god.
Okay, so he's ecstatic. This Chewinga is just off the moon, and when you guys finish, he kind of like walks inside and closes his door, and you can see him just like sitting at a kitchen table like that one meme of the cat, reading a leaf.
It's a nice house, right? Okay, cool. Bet you love it. Bet you're looking forward to starting to pay off your payments.
Levi just
Animal Crossing this motherfucker.
Like Levi just looks at Dell in shock. He's like, he does not have to pay for anything.
Congratulations, we own your ass.
They don't even
for the
understand
next 30
currency.
years.
You'd give us like acorns. What would be the point?
No, he is too cute to pay for things.
So he comes back out and he's gesturing you guys to come in. He's really gesturing Levi to come closer as if he wants to invite you into the house.
Levi gets as close as he can without touching the house because he's afraid that he will knock it over in his on accident. So he gets as close as he can and he brings his face really close to the door.
Oh. And you see the Chewinga just showing off different things. He has this little mini fridge that he opens up, and you guys have made like an honest, like out of ice, just a mini fridge, maybe out of bone. Like, it's the thicker part of the rib cage, and he has a little door, and he's like, yes, this is where I'm keeping my acorns. And he closes it, and he walks over to his pantry, and it's just more acorns. And he closes that, and he has this, like, he goes out in the back, and you kind of walk around the edge, and you see he's shoved some acorns.
Full of acorns.
He shoves some acorns in a row as if he's trying to grow them. And then he finally gestures you to come closer and, like, reaches out a hand.
He reaches out a hand, you said?
Yeah, he has a hand out.
Levi gets close, and then Levi sticks out a finger.
Okay. Chewinga reaches out a hand, and then, like, his little tiny bony little twig fingers just pokes you, drawing a little bit of blood.
Ouch. Why did you do that?
And you kind of look at your finger, and right there on the little right where the blood had came from, it kind of forms this little icy sigil of a tiny house. And so the Mr. Chewinga has granted you the Traveler's Haven charm.
I don't know what that means, but I love it.
It is. Dun, 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 dun.
I assume I should add this as a feature?
Yes. This is just like the charm that Don Audrey had. So once you
have it.
Yes, I mean you do still have it because it has
2 charges remaining.
So this one has 3 charges. As an action, you can expend one of the charm's charges to cast Leomund's Tiny Hut spell.
Ooh.
Once
That's
all
pretty
the
clutch.
charges have been expended, it will vanish from you. It is a very good one. I had another one if you did not build in my house, but the house one just seems so, tit for tat.
Fitting.
Yes, fitting. All right. And
Rosemary's gonna give. I know I'm being like fast and loose with my spell slots for like RP reasons, but I'm gonna give him a couple good berries.
All right. And it's at that moment that Goodmead is attacked by a bunch of Duergar. And you needed those spell slots. Danica, seeing that you have delivered the Chewinga as promised, once you guys come back out of the grove, and she's already starting to write down a bunch of stuff. I mean, just kind of almost as if like, and her handwriting is atrocious because of how, under the table she was. Yeah.
Is she writing in Dwarvish?
She is not writing in Dwarvish.
Okay, probably not a link.
Everyone
He's
is
suspicious of everyone.
Now she does. So she has a pack of gold there for you, 25 gold pieces as promised, and she allows you guys.
You're cutting in and out like a lot. Is that just me or?
Yeah, you're cutting in and
I was
out.
about to say it too.
Oh shit. I don't know what might be happening. Is it better?
Now you're back.
Okay. Maybe. Is this doing anything?
So far, it's good.
So far, you're good.
All right. Well, we will do just. I guess just point it out if I have any issues again. But
Okay.
So she has a pack for you guys of 25 gold pieces, and she allows you to keep the lantern of elemental tracking.
So 25 gold pieces. We are now at 52.
Yeah. We're just gonna, throughout our journeys, just occasionally find Chewingas that we get to invite back to the community.
Hell yeah.
I will say
The
this.
Pied Piper of Chewingas.
Pass them a little leaf
would
with
like
a
to
map
send-
on it.
I would like to send this Chewinga back to Sanctuary Hills, please.
I will say this. Whenever you are traveling between towns, if you roll a d20, you can find, and on a crit, you find 1 Chewinga.
Nice.
Fantastic.
I will say, though, I will not be granting any boons from Chewingas you find in such a way.
That's fair. That's okay. We just want to grow our town. It's literally only for RP reasons, and it's the best part of this campaign now.
Yeah. Like, literally, Goodmead is turning into our own little sandbox, and I love it.
It's gonna be, oh my goodness. Oh, yes.
Abolish all the 10 towns to just... Goodmead is going to assume direct control. Corey's just like, oh yes, they're building so much emotional attachment to Good Mead. Can't wait to burn it down.
The Good
Okay.
Mead Collective.
Alternate idea. We transition this to an evil campaign, and we have Good Mead invading the other towns and subjugating them.
I mean, what's the difference?
Under Chewinga rulers. Everybody is farming for acorns now.
We send the Chewinga in ahead of time to steal all of their weapons and resources, and then we attack while they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's I guess crash in the speaker's house? Is that your house
Oral
now?
wants all the fighting men to be circumcised as a sign of contrition.
I was gonna quick ask. So it's pushing late evening at this point.
Yes.
The dogs probably need to rest.
Yes.
Okay, because I was gonna say like, maybe we could try to push to Bryn Shander and spend the night there.
I mean, you could push to Bryn Shander. You'd get there like almost in the early hours of the morning. But
yeah,
I think let's just sleep here.
Worth it, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you have free lodging here, and the dogs would be rather tired. That they'd probably go a little bit slower on the next day.
Yeah, at some point, Beta had like slipped away while they were traveling, and had like slipped away from everyone and found like a young elk or something.
Oh, is that where you got the red bones?
Yeah. That we'll say that's where he got those bones. And so he comes back with like a quartered elk thing for the dogs.
So the bone
while they're en route.
The fridge that you made from the elk bone probably had like pieces of bone marrow. It's like still like not even dried out. It's just fresh bone.
Yeah, but it's like cold enough that it just freezes.
All right. So yeah, you guys are able to spend the night in the speaker's house, and yeah. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you're in town?
I'm gonna spend the night bonding with my dog.
Okay.
Who I have canonically named King Garius the Adamant.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm making a bread, butter, and jam and rosemary sandwich.
Oh God. All right.
I'm just covered in animals.
If you would like to bond with your animal, roll me a animal handling check. We can all do that if you want. I assume everyone's cuddling with their doggo.
Yeah. Beta and Lova are...
Oh, anyone who wants guidance for their animal handling check, I will give.
Yes.
I would like that.
Also, sneaky slide.
So that's a D4 that you can add to it.
So that is a 20 for me.
20, good.
It's a 13 for me.
13, good.
I need to take off the advantage.
Beta wrestles with his, and then they fall asleep.
Levi takes his for a nice long walk, and he invites that girl that he flirted with to go on a walk with them.
Nice.
She's like the artisan guild daughter, right?
Yes.
Animal. Oh, fuck yes. This is good. I've broken through his gruff exterior, and now we have formed an immortal bond.
Yes.
This dog would now die for you.
So, the girl that you're thinking about, Levi, is Faye, F-A-Y.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone except for Rachel and Ben, so just Bite and Del Nadre, add a point to their animal friendship level.
Oh god, we have a gauge now? Nice.
Yes, essentially. But Del, you can add 2. And just put it next to your, in the doggo thing, just put 2 hearts or something.
Edit.
Titus, Dog 1, Titus, Jam, and King Garius the Adamant. Garius. So who's Dog 1?
Garius.
That's Oh, that's Lova?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Like that. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I have to hit save changes.
Yes.
Love
okay.
that.
There. I was like, it's dog what? It's not dog reputation 2. Yes.
Why did it just change back to dog 1?
I don't know. Maybe because I was editing.
I think it gets fucky if multiple people are trying to edit all at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
so if he already had it open,
Not a Google
click
Drive.
save. Not a Google Drive. No. All right. So you guys wake up early next morning, feeling refreshed. You have a good meal delivered to your house as part of your speaker duty.
quick, we don't need to RP it because I just want to say it. I'm just going to check in with Shrine Maiden and make sure everything's okay.
Yes. Last you guys had heard, some of the lumberjacks had seen the Verbeeg in the woods, and he paid them no mind and continued on his own way.
Fantastic.
How do we get the Verbeeg in the city?
How do you get the Verbeeg in the city?
How do we get the Verbeeg in the city?
The Shrine Maiden...
We suggested he learn how to sell goat cheese, but
the Shrine
multi-step process
does mention that the lumberjacks, kind of said that they scared it off. So the people of Goodmead seem to be the ones you have to convince. The Verbeeg, maybe you've already kind of convinced him to be nice, and it seemed it worked. You just need to convince the Goodmead people that he is nice, and that may be a.
All right. Yeah, we've got one data point worth of evidence that he's okie dokie. We just got to break through their racism of he killed our guy, even though we know Shandar did that.
They know Shandar did that too.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just the he is a giant. He has had plenty of time to attack them. It's just medieval racism towards monsters. It's just.
Are we leveling up?
We are leveling up now. Yes. I'm going to take a quick little break, just 1 minute, and then we will resume. So this time, level up, and we'll talk about what you guys have done for your level 3, and then we'll continue on the road from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Also, are we rolling, doing average, or doing max HP?
I feel like we rolled because I've got what would be the max.
Yeah,
unless we did
rolled.
averages. Do I have any con?
I rolled for my 2.
Well, first one is always max.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I think second level. Yeah, I get what you.
Yeah, I just happened to roll high.
Oh dang, I'll take that.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Is heat metal on my thing?
Guys, I'm level 3 and I have 40 HP.
What the fuck?
Barbarians, man.
Well, I'm a level 1 barbarian, level 2 fighter. Actually.
Fight Barians, man.
Yeah, fight Barians. Gotta watch out for us.
Okay, when I finish.
Guess who has second level spells?
Woo!
Not me.
Definitely not me.
Get wrecked.
Noob.
I'll be right back.
I was on mute, but I rolled a goddamn 2.
Oh no.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Okay.
A fan.
So, people are rolling. You can roll, or you can take average.
Okay, so we
For your
can
health.
take average if we want to.
No, you choose from the beginning. Yes, but yes.
Okay, because I was gonna do average, and then I'm like, oh, is that unfair if I, like...
Alternatively, Corey,
Yes.
would you allow us to roll, and if we roll like shit, we can take the average?
No.
Whack.
Yeah, there's got to be risk, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want those big numbers, you gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Exactly. You get to choose whether or not you want to. I was about to say, it's like you could roll guidance with it, but I was like, that's way too.
Oh god, that would
Add a
be
D40
so
to
overpowered.
HP.
Yeah, every level is just like by the time you guys are level 13, you have the hit points of like a 17.
Oh my god.
I managed to just barely roll lower than my hit die.
Wait, as a 4? Oh, 4.
I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2 for my hit die.
Yes. So yeah, you have the take average, or you have the roll. You risk it for the biscuit. Let's go down the line here. Let's start with Levi. What did you take as what was your third level? Because so far you've already been a barbarian and a fighter, right?
Yes. I took a second level in fighter. I feel like that makes sense, based on his significant experience as a soldier and his background, and the fact that we did a good amount of fighting in this last little arc at the Duergar outpost. So I took an extra
and a good amount of rather strategical fighting too, because I mean, fighting could also could also work for the barbarian.
Yes. But I decided to go with a level in fighter. So it gave me it gave me a D10 hit die, and I rolled a 10, which is fantastic. So with my +3 Constitution, that's an extra 13 HP. So I now have 40 HP at level 3.
Fucking hell. So much.
And my level 2 fighter feature is Action Surge, which we all love and adore. So once per long rest, I can take 2 actions plus a bonus action on my turn.
Nice. Yeah. And next up we will go with Bitte.
All right. So at level 3, I get my Primeval Awareness feature, which gives me the innate ability to communicate with beasts as they recognize me as a kindred spirit.
Oh.
Through sounds and gestures, I can communicate ideas to a beast as an action, and read its basic mood, intent, emotional state, whether it's affected by magic, and its short-term needs.
Nice.
Think about all the doggo rep you can get with that.
I know.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
Like every time you try to friend your doggo now is going to be even more.
Yes, I can also spend 1 uninterrupted minute of concentration to sense if any of my favored enemies are within 5 miles, and it reveals that they're present, their numbers, and the general direction of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, and at level 3, you're taking the...
At level 3, I am taking the Horizon Walker. Yeah, so
and
that's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, what is like the big thing you get for Horizon Walker at level 3?
So the big thing you get for Horizon Walker is, let me pull it up real quick. So the obvious thing is, as a bonus action, he can basically, charge whatever, so that his first attack that hits deals force damage and an extra D8 of it.
Oh, nice.
As his as his stuff converts into like interdimensional power.
And I think he also shows here you get some spells and
I do get spells.
get protection from evil and good, and the ability to detect planar portals, which will be
so useful. Maybe
it'll probably. I mean, I have to imagine it'll probably pop up sometime in the campaign, but you may not see as much use of that early on. But still useful for you. So moving on, we are going to go with Rosemary next and Del Nadre last.
So nothing terribly exciting for me. I have second level spells now, which is exciting, and then I also at third level I choose like which environment I learned my druidic magic in, and that gives me a couple extra spells that are always prepared that don't really count against that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of waffling between mountain and forest, but I figure since it's like Sylvanas' sanctuary that I grew up in, and Sylvanas is like the oak father, I think the forest would be more appropriate.
Right.
So now I have bark skin and spider climb. Always.
You could choose mountain because Kuldahar is like tucked in the mountains.
Yeah, I was debating between mountain, Arctic, or forest.
I mean,
because all of them technically,
all three of them really work well.
If I was you.
You know, and so like re-describe why you choosing where are you choosing this from? This is from your druid 5e or druid level 3 spell or 3 ability.
Yeah, it's there's a couple when you're a druid,
are you a land druid? I thought you were doing shepherd.
Circle spells. Your mystical that is a land thing, isn't it? Okay, sorry. Never mind.
You don't get anything at level
not
3.
to
I don't
take
get
the wind out of your
level
sails.
3.
Oh no.
Yeah,
you get your spells upgraded.
Spells,
I mean,
I get my
druids
spells
got their
upgraded,
subclasses
and I had
too. So
yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the Druid Roll20 page, and I didn't realize that was under the Druid Circle part.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is interesting, and it's like different than the circle names that I chose. So yeah, never mind.
All right. So then, what 2 spells are you getting of second level? And was there anything from Tasha's that would have assisted you at
I don't think there's anything from Tasha's that'll assist me at level 3, but since I'm a druid, I choose my spells per day, so I'm trying to figure out which spells I want.
Yeah, your next Tasha will be 4th level, and you'll get cantrip versatility.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then don't forget, you also have the additional spells from Tasha's that add to your spell list now.
Yeah, I have those. I think my app automatically adds those.
Summon Beast.
Yeah, Summon Beast is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
All right. So we'll come back to you with your spells later on. But Del Nadre, and I just want you to highlight them just so that the party is aware of new things you can do, because you're the only true spellcaster here.
Yeah, that'll just have to be like a daily update, because everything you bring
You're just going to have to find out.
Yeah.
We trust you.
So finally, Del Nadre.
I have taken my 3rd level as a rogue, gaining an extra d6 on my sneak attack and a roguish archetype. The archetype I have chosen is the Phantom, introduced in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Oh, yay, clap.
I am completely I'm taking the class features while not really playing into the actual RP lore that the Phantom class is set up as. From Tasha's, Phantom is basically a very ghost and undead type subclass. I mean, so many rogues walk a fine line between life and death, risking their own life and taking the lives of others. While adventuring on that line, some rogues discover a mystical connection to death itself. Yeah, no, that's not happening. But I'm taking the features because they're useful and they play into what my character is. So I'm gaining the ability to every short or long rest I can gain a proficiency in a skill or tool that I lack. So I can basically swap my proficiencies whenever we're resting. And then I gain a additional ability whenever I use my sneak attack. I can also do a ranged component to that where a second creature within 30 feet can take half the sneak damage.
Nice.
So like I roll half the dice. So like right, my regular sneak attack takes 2d6 and then someone else is going to take an extra 1d6.
That's good. And the second one takes necrotic damage too.
Correct.
Which is gonna be nice.
Which is
and
built up from the Phantom's like whole death thing, but you know the feature is what it is.
Right. All right. Exciting. Well then. Well, you guys wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, empowered. You've leveled up. Let us get on our way and let us continue forward on this path. We are going back towards... Is there anything else you'd like to do on your way out of town before we leave Goodmead?
Nope.
Okay. You've checked in with your people. You've checked in with your lovers. You've flirted with other people. And now we are...
Do they want to ship anything to Lonelywood?
No. I mean, when they already have the whole thing set up, and this time they do not need you to ship anything.
Cool. No worries.
Yes, maybe another time. So, continuing on from Goodmead to Bryn Shander, it is going to be a total travel time of 3 hours. So, how early in the morning do you wake up? Just after breakfast? Do you get an early start where you just take something on the road, setting off at dawn?
How long would it take to get all the way to Lonelywood from Goodmead? Would we know?
It's 3 hours to Bryn Shander, 3 hours from Bryn Shander to Turlemaine, and then probably another hour or two after that. So, not
7 hours.
Yeah, not very long, especially now that you have the dogs. Before it would have been, a significant amount of time.
So yeah, we can eat breakfast, eat something, make sure the dogs are fed, and still get there by the evening.
I want to take a quick divert in Bryn Shander, but just as we're passing through, I want to check out some things.
Yeah, while the dogs rest.
Yeah, we can let the dogs rest for a little bit. And
all right, well let's
go on. But yeah, so we'll do breakfast, sitting at a table like a goddamn family, and then run off to Bryn Shander.
Okay, so you guys coming from the south. Let me put your characters on the sheet.
Oh, we got a map and everything. Oh yeah, well of course. I guess we've had maps of all the cities.
If anybody asks Levi where he was last night, because he was gone for a while, he just blushes and eats his food as fast as he can, and then runs away from the table.
Dell absolutely is going to tease and... So, man, Levi, you were quiet last night. It's like you weren't even here.
That's because I wasn't.
Oh.
Oh.
Did you go for like a walk or something? Were you checking on the Chewingas, or were you
I took Titus for a long walk. Yes.
Alone? Just the two of you?
No. Del, this is unfair. You know I cannot lie. No, I was not alone.
Oh God, it's so easy. It does almost kind of take the fun and the savor out of it. Almost.
But no, it was a very nice walk, and I think Titus had a great time.
How about you?
Also,
Did you have
over
a
the
great
table,
time?
literally nothing happened. I think they literally just went on a really long walk, and then like Levi walked her back home, and then walked back to the speaker's house.
Did they hold hands?
Maybe, I don't know.
You fucking slut.
Hold on. Let me roll a
Percentage dice.
Let me roll a percentage dice. What do you guys think? Let me roll.
Chance of holding hands.
All right, DM. Chance of holding hands. What do you think? Over 50%? They hold hands. Under 50%, they don't.
I don't know. I feel like Levi, you're so worried about the honor of this maiden that you know, even asking for to hold hands is something that's like, ugh. But she's she's interested in you, but you kind of get. I mean, I feel like Levi would be a you'd like if she did like grab your hand, you'd be like oh, and like really
no. Like, okay, Levi's not a virgin. He's just very careful, and like he never likes to initiate things because of honor and not coming off as like that guy. You know what I mean?
So yeah. Well then let's say this. Let's give you a 50% chance of holding hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but
over
it would
50,
not have
they hold
happened
hands.
until like the very end.
Yeah.
Because
right.
she finally got
50%.
fed up with you not, making the initiative.
Yeah, exactly. Over 50%, they hold hands. Under 50%, they did not. They did not.
They did not.
Oh.
No.
Not on this day. Perhaps on the next day.
Perhaps in 2 weeks when I return back again.
Exactly. We'll try again.
When he returns from war.
Yeah. All right.
Levi was like reaching his hand out a little bit, and then as he glanced over and she looked over and made eye contact, he real quickly went down and petted the dog.
Yep. He got a little nervous.
Good
Definitely.
boy.
All right. So you guys are here in town. Del Nadra, you requested this stopover, so you guys are attempting to walk through Bryn Shander out the... That doesn't make any sense. The east way comes from the east, but there's no north gate coming out of Bryn Shander based on the the world map. It should have been a west gate.
Wizards.
Hold on.
Game is literally unplayable. Scrap the campaign.
I guess look, we go back to the main map right over here. No, I don't want to go back. Continuing on.
So I guess maybe the north one is just a shortcut to Tourmaline, and but the main road goes. Wait, yeah, there should be
no. The north gate probably just goes out and then immediately cuts west to continue on to Targos. That's what we're gonna see.
Yeah, the north gate must be the Targos one.
It's just on the northern end of the town. So
yeah.
Del Nadra, you requested this stopover. Where would you like to go while you are here in town?
Is Black Iron Blades the place?
Black Iron Blades is a smithy. You know that its reputation is... You
mentioned I knew... So just, I guess, because we did a lot of talking on the side, and for the party and the viewer... Or viewers, I don't know what we're working with. I'm looking for a blacksmith, and based on the time I spent in this town prior, in campaign time skip land, you mentioned that I have made acquaintance with at least one blacksmith that I think would be able to fulfill the purpose I'm looking for, right?
Yes.
Tell me more.
So yes. So you know of 2 blacksmiths here in town. You're looking for somebody to work on the
sword.
The flaming longsword?
The flaming sword.
So, you know the Black Iron Blades. It's a well-known smithy. You also know that it has a rather poor reputation, commonly known as the poor man's blade.
Commercial.
Yeah, people often joke, and he was carrying a black iron blade to boot when they talk about, mishaps of an adventurer. There are two other smithies. They don't really work on weapons, but they can, and they are a higher price, but a higher sense of higher quality. So you have the Lonely Shield, which is owned by Lucen Thunderbow, and you have the Dragon's Hide, which is owned by Goose.
Oh.
The Dragon's Hide is an armorer. The Lonely Shield is a general blacksmith that focuses on more tools and shields. He does shields. It's really his own piece of like equipable gear. Everything else he works on is just metalwork.
Have I met either of these people in my travels? Please, for the love of God, tell me it's Goose.
You have met, yes. You are aware of both of these because you've stopped by their shop at times.
Well, I mean, like, I guess more in like a social aspect of like I spent a night at a tavern with either of them, or have I just like been by the place?
You've chatted with Goose a bit. You do know that he's a rather expensive smithy. But you've always you've admired his work, and you enjoy his personality, as he got his name Goose because he has this tendency to honk. There's something wrong with his nose, and when he breathes every now and then he goes ha ha. How are you?
I can't not. We're going to Goose.
We're going to Goose. All right. So let's add this text over here on the map, and we will.
I mean, I'm sorry, you set all this up in canon. I didn't ask for it, but I can't deprive the viewers of the chances to interact with Goose.
All right. So while he is going to Goose, is everyone following along? Do you guys want to take this opportunity to go on a shopping trip? Because Bryn Shander and East Haven are the two towns you would go shopping in. Everyone else is, really
this might be a good time to offload our swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thought was we have 2 steel shields and 3 war picks that I would like to try to sell. And I think maybe the Goose's shop would be a good place to do that.
Yeah, he would. It would be a good place to go there. And is there anything else that anybody else wants to look out for? I have a full list of things. I have made multiple stores with owners and how much they buy and sell things for. I am ready for this shopping trip.
Damn.
And
I was unprepared for a shopping trip.
Because you've been here in town, if you're looking for something, I can give you multiple examples. Bitte and Rosemary, although you guys are from 10 towns, you haven't really spent a lot of time in Bryn Shander as often.
You're cutting out again.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Funny that as soon as we mention it, it stops happening.
Yeah, it's just like every couple words we'll lose like 1, and then not couple words, but every like 10 words or so we'll like lose 1 out of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it constantly happening, or does it just happen every now and then and you notice it?
See, it happened just then.
Yeah, like it was. Is it happening every now and then, or is it happening just?
What are your levels? Like, is it?
No, it shouldn't be going too high.
No, not going too high, but like your voice and video are you like automatically determining input sensitivity on Discord?
Oh, that's right. It
'Cause
was
you might-
coming from Discord, so it's not going to be interrupted in the recording. That's good. 'Cause...
yeah, if you want to put your sensitivity down and see if that helps.
Okay. Let us go. Sensitivity, voice and video, automatically determine sensitivity. Yes. So,
Yeah, turn that off and then move it down.
All the way down. Okay, done. Hopefully that'll
Cool.
help. And if the viewer is still in our chat, if you have noticed me cutting in and out, please let us know. Commander Root is here. He was here last night, and so was Chaotic Plant Mom and the next Hokage and Troweled.
Oh my god, we have viewers.
I know.
That's awesome.
I know.
I apologize for my language.
It's okay. Last night was not the cleanest of languages at all.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey has a real potty mouth.
I don't think I actually uttered one swear word last night. Maybe a couple. Maybe I said ass a few times. I wasn't the one who was shouting curse words to my baby daughter downstairs. So back to the game
That's
here.
very specific.
I don't want to repeat them. Back to the game here. Let's just start with Rosemary and Del Nadre going to Goose's shop. So Blake, if you would do me the honor of selecting an area where you think Goose's shop is.
All right, let's
place
see.
your character wherever you want it to be.
Goose would. What is the House of the Morning Lord?
The House of
The
the Morning
temple.
Lord is a temple to Amontor. Amonator. Sorry.
A Minotaur.
That's what I was about to say.
A Minotaur. No, not a Minotaur.
Just a random one that they saw hundreds of years ago. Somebody was like, "I worship that now."
And they keep it there.
That's Temple District Town. Goose is gonna be right here.
Okay. All right. Move your character real quick.
Did. Go
No,
on.
move it out of the way so I can find the. Okay. Yep. We're gonna go with this little thing right here. Okay, that is really small. And let's go with white. No. Blue. No. Yellow. Red. Blue. Okay. So the Goose's shop is called the Motherfucker.
That's what the shop is called. It's canon now. You can't change it.
Okay. It is called
The
the Lonely Shield.
Trying to retcon, Corey.
I thought Goose
It's
was
called
Dragonhide.
Motherfucker.
It's called the
you're right.
Motherfucker,
Goose is Dragonhide.
and he loves MILFs.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Welcome to
Well, we have a
Motherfucker,
dilf.
home of the motherfucker. Can I take your order?
Come to the motherfucker, home of the motherfucker.
Oh, man.
All right. I feel like there should be a way to back this up with like a. I don't like the.
You
way-
might be able to draw like a shape, maybe,
Yeah.
and put a shape under it, like just a black shape.
It's white. Yeah. Blue. For right now. I don't want to cover up too much of the town.
Black text with white outline works on everything. Come on, roll 20.
I don't get it. Like why I can't choose that. To back. Are you kidding me? What is happening here?
You could just do what the rest of the map has done and just put a long arrow and then the dragon's hide on the outside in black. Oh, that works.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so Dragon's Hide. So as you guys approach Dragon's Hide, it is a rather well-equipped shop. It has multiple areas dedicated to certain numbers, different types of tools. It has tools you might need in mining, a little section for adventuring gear. It has some fine cutlery and other, finely crafted stuff for the, objects for the house. There's things for everything, and it is rather light on true combat gear, except Goose does take pride in crafting intricately woven or interwoven pieces of leather armor with almost as if he's trying to make a dragon's hide, So he doesn't technically make scale mail. It's just leather's armor that looks as if it is like a dragon's hide. And as you guys kind of approach, you go into the shop, he recognizes Dell as a person who has stopped by many times to admire many of the things, and he's like, "How are you?"
Oh, Goose, it's been so long since I've heard from you. I'm gonna rush over and do I know him well enough to give him a hug? Would that be weird?
Do it anyways.
I'm gonna give him, the bro hug, one arm around and kind of the pat on the back, pump, 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 pump.
He's like, hello there. Yes. How are you doing, Dell? It's nice to hate you again.
Hate me?
No, it's hey.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Nice to have you.
Things are great. Things are good. They're doing better now that I'm here in your presence.
Yes.
So, have I got a commission for you?
A commission?
Now,
I'm interested. You've never actually came into my shop to buy anything. Usually just hang around and
I haven't really
look
been in
around at things.
funds.
Oh, so you have money now. This is
Some.
some.
We'll talk some things through. We'll see
where.
We'll see where we're at. Now I know this isn't usually your chosen
Honk.
speciality, but I know there's no one in town
Honk.
better suited for this kind of thing. So I'm gonna pull out the sword, the scabbarded sword, sheathed sword, and
he kind of like gasps when he looks at it. He's like, "Oh, I've seen this. Where have I seen this before?"
You are in the presence of the flaming sword of Goodmead.
Look, I don't
and
want
I'm gonna
anything
unsheath
to do with
it.
any kind of crime
just-
here, Dell. Look, I know you have been reputation for. Well, you know how you are, but I don't want to know how you got that. I know that
Hey,
you
I got it
belong-
legitimately, baby. You're looking at the newest town speaker of Goodmead.
I do like jazz hands towards him,
He kind of just
presenting.
he's like he looks at you and he starts laughing.
Okay, I keep getting that, but I'm being legitimate here. Like, it's for real.
Oh.
Look, I've probably got.
He laughs even harder. Sorry, I don't. Goodmead's great town. If all the smaller hovels for you to attach yourself to, I'm glad you have Goodmead. I hope we can see. We can work something out, especially assume you have some access to
My man,
the Goodmead.
it's not gonna be long. I mean, before you're going to wish for the opportunity to relocate to Goodmead.
You just don't
The
get...
community is up and coming. We're making a lot of changes. Goodmead is becoming the first of the 10 towns to have its own Chewinga residential district.
Okay. So
Big things are coming, but
big
that's in time. That's all beside my point. What I'm more interested in here is, so the sword is great. It's awesome. I love it. It's just a little unwieldy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you have a rather dainty form, don't you?
I'm lithe. Yeah, you could say I'm more of a finesse kind of person than like a, martial versatile.
Mm-hmm. Dainty.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, since I'm trying to be nice to this guy, I'm gonna yep, that's it. So what I'm looking for here, I'm looking for some kind of modification to the sword. I'm wondering if it might be possible to make things a little bit lighter, potentially bring it a little more in line with like a rapier type, while of course maintaining the enchantment.
So you just want me to like shave away all this beautifully wrought steel?
Well, no, I'm looking. If I wanted to just get some steel shaved off, I'd be over at Black Steel Blades. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Black Iron
hey,
Blades.
hey,
I'm here
that would be
for
one
a
to ruin it.
craftsman.
So you want
What
this
I
to
need,
be,
what I need
to
is a
be
work of
lighter,
art.
yet just as strong. Keep the intricate magics that have been wrought into this blade, and
Exactly.
to fit something that's more ideal for your dainty posture. Yes. Okay. I definitely gonna need the help. Whoa. I'll probably have to go down to the local Mages for Ages shop and see if they can help me draw out the lines and figure out where exactly this enchantment has been imprinted on the blade so I don't affect that too much. It'll take some time, but I'm happy to do it.
I knew it was going to be a challenge, but that's why I came to you.
Yes. It'll be 100 gold pieces, and you can pick it up in a month.
Okay. Payment on receipt of the item?
Yes, because if you don't pick it up, then I get myself a fancy new sword. So I have no problems with this arrangement.
All right.
But I will need a retainer of 10 gold pieces at this time so that I can go and pay for the services of the Mages for Ages local franchise E.
Fair enough. So a $10 gold down payment.
Yes, and you're quite familiar with the Mages of Ages shops here in town, correct?
I've been in and out.
Good. Which branch do you recommend I go to? Branch 19, 55, or 74?
You know, I'm not exactly a huge connoisseur of the thing, but I just got a really, really good feel from 19.
19? Yeah, Aaron Puddlesworth gets a fair price. I think that's a good choice.
He just felt honest.
Yeah, she's a pretty good person.
She just felt honest.
Okay.
Someone you could tell she like you was doing this because she loves it, not just because she's trying to make a quick buck.
No. Oh yeah, she's been around for some time. It was our first branch, for sure. All right. Well, I will handle this for you, Mr. I don't think I've ever gotten your last name.
Oh, it's a Miracos.
Miracos. You know, for some reason that rings a bell. I could have swore
Perhaps
I had somebody in my shop a week ago.
A week ago?
Yeah.
I haven't been back in town in like...
Oh, no, it was
3 or 4 weeks.
It was a lady. She only called herself Miracos. She didn't say it was her last name, but something interesting. Anyways, maybe you'll meet up with her. I suppose you guys could be from the same family, huh? Is Miracos a common name?
It's unique. What kind of lady?
Oh, I don't really remember what she looks like. She just came around asking some questions about what I do and usual stuff. She's just a patron. Didn't really spend too much time here though.
Was she real flirty?
I don't really notice that from women too often, so I couldn't really tell you. She may have been. I don't think she was with somebody, but I kind of vaguely remember her walking outside and a pair of them walking off.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh, well, if they stop by, I'll mention to them that you have the same last name. Maybe they might find you.
Probably just a coincidence. It's probably not even worth bringing up. But good luck on that sword, though. My associate has a few things that I think she would like to see if you're interested in buying.
Of course. I'd be more than happy to look at your items that you have for sale.
Rosemary's just like looking at Dell, like raises an eyebrow.
Just flashed like a real quick, like A-OK finger sign. You're like, yep.
She's gonna file all that nonsense away for later, and present the steel shields and the war picks.
All right, steel shields and the war pick. Well, he looks everything over and he's like, "Oh, this is pretty good craftsmanship. where did you pick this up? This seems, some dark metal, well polished steel. This looks like dwarven work.
You have a good eye, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would hope so. I have spent my life refining.
I
my
would
craft.
hope so.
Yeah, that's true. I would hope so.
Yes, the fine dwarven craftsmanship, straight from Calvin's cairn itself, and it can all be yours if the price is right.
Kind of looks through it, and we have you're wanting to sell all of them, so both the two shields and the 3 war picks.
Yeah, no, unless anyone wants one of the war picks or shields. But I don't think anyone has laid claim to those.
Yeah, so he looks them over and he's like, well, you see this leather on the inside. I'd have to really work that back into it, and it's good quality stuff. It's just this steel at this one point right here seems pretty loose. I'd have to reinforce it with some extra leather padding on the inside. I'll give you, let's say, 14 gold pieces for the shields, and I really don't have. I'd have to sell the war picks to another shop. They'd still have to buy it at a price that they can resell it for. I'll give you 2 gold each war pick.
Oh, Goose, come on. The war picks are worth more than that just as scrap metal, and you know it.
I mean, I'm fresh up on
the steel alone in these babies.
I guess I really didn't look at it that way. I guess I could put the extra effort in. Fine. 3 gold per war pick, and I'll bump it up to 15 gold for the steel shields. But I cannot go any higher than that. I need to make money here. It's going to cost money to repurpose these items.
What do y'all think?
Here I am bringing you 100 gold worth of patronage.
I assume he means 15 gold per shield.
No. He means
all 3 of them, or 2 of them.
He means half price is what he's willing to buy it for. I mean, you look. I'm a business owner here, guys. I mean, I have to sell these. I can't buy them at what you want, what you would pay for them, because then I have to buy them. I have to sell them for more, and nobody's gonna buy them. They'd just be sitting here. People don't come to my shop for weapons or steel. I mean, steel shields. It's just.
I do think the 9 gold for the 3 war picks is probably as good as we're gonna get unless we sell them direct. What do y'all feel about the steel shields doing half price?
Let's try to bump him up to 20.
Could we negotiate for that and maybe a discount on your service? Because you're doing the sword thing.
So you're basically saying instead of getting more money for this, just to knock off money off of the sword.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I think that's solid. Yeah, if you could get 15 gold for the 2 shields, and then it would be 9 gold for the war picks, and then get 10 gold knocked off of the adjustments to the sword, that would be solid.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna try for that.
All right. Give me a persuasion check, and you can both do it on your own, but there will be no help.
I'm gonna give guidance to Dell to do a persuasion, and then I'll guidance myself on a persuasion.
Yeah, give me a sec. D&D Beyond just
crashed.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's a 9 from me.
I'm 90% sure that my persuasion bonus is +6.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna. If it's wrong, I'll let you know and we can adjust.
That's fine. So he accepts the pricing of the steel shields, 15 gold pieces for those, and 9 gold for the war picks. So he tosses over a little bag of, or that he just kind of sets it down there on the the bar, whatever, the table, for your 24 gold. And he doesn't go for the full 10 gold, but he does knock off 5 gold off the cost of the sword, and he lets you know that it'll be done in 20 days. So he'll work a bit harder on it.
This is acceptable.
He'll move it up on the list of things that he's working on.
That works.
It's like, well, all right, well, it seems we have a deal. I will see you on the end of the next 10 day, and it's good working with you guys. Good dealing with you guys. I should.
Oh, persuasion was only a +5, so 14 instead of 15.
But I did cast guidance on Dale, so.
Oh yeah, you can get your 1d4.
Yeah, so up to 18.
Up to 18. Gotcha. All right. So then, yeah. So you guys are finished there with the dragon's hide. We will switch over now to Bitte and Levi. What were you guys doing during this time?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Hey, can you give us some options?
What are you looking for? And I will give you the options.
God.
Because, I mean, it's a huge city. They have shops for days.
It's a big city.
Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing. I think, so Levi was in Bryn Shander for a while doing stuff.
Yeah, you're aware of things. I'll give you extra options for whenever you're trying to find a shop.
So, Bite, if you already know what you want to do, go ahead, and I will. I've been brainstorming a little bit. I haven't officially decided, but if you know what you want to do, go for it.
Oh,
I will follow you.
By all
Levi
means.
takes Bite on a tour of all the taverns Dale got thrown out of.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess Bita would just kind of go around the shop, seeing if anyone needs anything taken to Lonelywood, because he's headed that way. And I mean, he doesn't spend that much time interacting with just like casually in the towns too much.
Right.
So he doesn't have. So he kind of has most everything he needs already. See, I already bought a block and tackle.
Roll me investigation, followed by a persuasion. So investigation, you were searching to see how well or how many people you can get that need, traveling services or shipping services. Okay, pretty good. You find a couple of shops that are willing to utilize you and your party, moving on out of town, moving things in the direction of Lonelywood. Some maybe going to Targos or Turlemaine or Lonelywood, but they're all going in that general direction. And then roll me a persuasion.
All right, let's see.
And we'll say, because Levi's, it doesn't matter. I was going to give you advantage, but it doesn't make any difference. Now, Levi, if you would like to roll persuasion, so because he doesn't need advantage, you can kind of assist in that. And
yeah, let me
perhaps
see.
you found somebody that you have had a good relationship or seen or talked with before, or
maybe persuasion. Persuasion isn't great, but hey,
a crit. So
a crit will do it.
Looks pretty great to me.
Yeah. All right. So we find
a buddy of mine that I helped while I was in Bryn Shander, who now needs our help.
Yes. So the Minor Offense is the shop of a mining gear store.
I get it.
And you made a pretty good relationship with Thuli Magoon Mithun.
Yep, I'm gonna remember that name for sure.
Mogu Mithun.
Thuli, definitely.
Thuli easy, though last name not so much. He's the owner. Minor Offense. And he would like you to deliver some mining gear, and he's actually the one who's going to let you in on the issues that Turlemaine is currently facing, which is that some kobolds seem to have made their way and kind of kicked out the local miners from their mine. And so they've overrun the mine, and Turlemagne is unable to mine at this time, and the town is rather struggling with this fact. So he's going to mention that, you guys should head up there and kind of give them some help, and here's some gear that's on the house for them as well, if you would so be kind to drop this off. And he tosses a gold coin for your troubles of traveling that way.
Friend Thule, how recently has this happened? Is this new news? How have I not heard of this?
At first Turlemagne thought that they would try to deal with this on their own, but they lost a few good men and decided that they needed to extend out help. Lonelywood is already dealing with their own troubles, I've heard, and Targos, well, they're just not friendly folk. So I've heard we've had a few people come this way. In fact, some of the miners have left and making their way back out to the Dwarven Valley, leaving Turlemagne and returning to their home. And if it keeps up, the mine's going to have to shut down, not because it's overrun with kobolds, but because there's nobody to mine it anymore. And I fear for the town of Turlemagne should their mine shut down. It's the only reason why they are even on the map.
Levi turns to Beta and he says, Beta, we must absolutely go help, right? Would you be willing to convince Rosemary and Dell to go assist in Turlemagne? Besides, we're going to be passing through on our way to Lonelywood, right?
Yes, I am curious about the practicality of timing between these two courses we are on, but so perhaps, depending on the situation, we may return to Turlemagne from the Lonelywood. But yes, it's certainly something I think we could be of assistance for.
I agree. I think we are perfectly suited to this task, and I thank you, friend Thule, for the information. We will ensure that you to Turlemagne in good time, and I will let you know how everything goes when we return.
All right. So, excellent. Thank you. I'll keep an ear out for you. And your second shop that you guys went through, you took a trip through, and this will be actually the first one you went to, but the second one we're getting to. Sorry. You went through the market square, and in the market square, you found a little tiny shop known as Piona's Oils and Elixirs. Piona is a lawful good, is a halfling druid from Lonelywood.
Oh.
Shoulder-length, black braided hair, split into 6 different tails, and you stopped because both of you recognized the enchanting, sweet aroma that was wafting from this shop. You couldn't help yourself. You just needed to stop and sniff it even closer. And she, for the most part, sells potions along with some rose water perfume. That is what really attracted you there. It's just the most pleasant aroma. As you walk up, you see an old copper bathtub with clawed feet, and she is mixing it around. It's swirling liquids that seem to mix in a different direction than she is swirling her big wooden stick, as if it has a life of its own. And she kind of just, she works on some potions behind as you watch, and then she mixes some. One of the potions just turns black in the bottle, and she's like, it's useless, and pours it into the large copper bathtub. Continue to mix it around, and she looks at you. She looks up and finally notices you guys. Like, what do you want?
I honestly do not know. I felt the need to enter your establishment, for the aroma is spectacular.
Well, thank you. put this in my hair every morning. You don't get to see very many roses anymore with all this cold, so it reminds me a bit of home.
And where are you from?
From Lonelywood, just up the road.
We are actually on our way there.
Oh. And?
I actually, now that you... I'm sorry, this is sort of a side question. Since you are from Lonelywood and we are on our way there, I am in fact in search of a member of the tea leaf family.
She kind of spits into her pot. Pff, the tea leaves.
Now, I have no personal relation to them. I am merely in search of a member of their family in order to return something that is theirs. What exactly do you have against the family?
None of your business. That's Lonelywood business.
Well, considering that Lonelywood has reached out to us to help with wild animal attacks, and we are on our way to assist the town, I think Lonelywood business is partially our business.
When you get there, just... It's not my place to tell the story of the tea leaves. Since you're already there on business, Nimsy would be the one you want to talk to. She has some distant relationship with the tea leaves. And if she's willing to tell you that, I feel like she would be the appropriate one to tell you. She's continuing to mix her cauldron. It's almost like starting to separate, as if it was the Moses and the Red Sea. It's a very odd cauldron. So now she's mixing between the two halves. Her little wooden spoon now separating and going from one sea to the other sea. On the bottom, there's just so much sludge that's just like a pearlescent in color, and almost like as if it's giving off a faint glow. He's like, well, what else can I help you with? You want to buy some potions?
I would actually be interested in knowing what exactly you are making, but also I wouldn't mind knowing what potions you keep on inventory.
Oh, I got the good stuff, I got some animal friendship, climbing, cold resistance, fire breath, healing, of course. Got lots of healing, growth, hill giant strength, water breathing. I got some ointment, some oil, and various other liquids you might need. Come, follow me back into the shop. And this thing I'm working on is just my, collection of failed creations. It takes on a mind of its own. I wouldn't recommend drinking it, but you are welcome to take some if you wish. Think of it like a sourdough starter.
A sourdough starter to what?
Exactly.
Sourdough.
Come now. Come to my shop.
I'm curious enough
to take some?
Yeah.
All right. So now when you take some, it's still split in the Red Sea even as she leaves. The wooden spoon, she lets her hand off, and it continues to stir on its own, going left and right as if stirred by a ghost hand. She's already started to walk back. The shop is rather thin. I mean, she has big shelves on each side, and it's really narrow in the middle. Maybe 3 people could stand in a line. And you definitely have issue. You can automatically see that you're going to have some issues trying to get back in there. On the shelves are dried herbs, lotions, oils, ointments of all different shapes and colors. Some with names in languages you don't know. And you can see at the very end of her little shop, it kind of almost opens up, and you see a lot of greenery back in the back that you can't quite you can't quite tell exactly what it is right now, but
is Levi fairly confident that if he side shuffled, he'd be able to get through without knocking anything over?
Yes, you have no problem.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think Betty he's been in this situation before. and it's just more polite for him to wait.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kind of stands there.
Yeah. So then
Levi turns and he's like, Pete, is there anything you want me to look out for or anything you need?
I'm not particularly sure. Perhaps ingredients and components for the making of a healing potion, but I can forage those as well.
Levi just nods. And he side shuffles and follows the halfling.
All right. So you walk down the path. It's really tight. You notice some things, interesting things that plants or herbs, from your home island, from your home country, things that definitely should not be. I'm sorry. When you walk back through the end of the hallway, you enter into this. It kind of opens up a little bit into a heated greenhouse. You're not quite sure where the heat is coming from, but immediately you are happy that you're not wearing any clothes on your chest, as it's rather sweaty and grimy. And this is where you notice some of the plants and fauna from your home country, which I assume is a bit more tropical.
Oh yeah, it's much more tropical. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're kind of just like, oh, hey.
This is a welcome surprise. It's not what you expect to find in these northern climates. Where did you get this flora?
Here and there. I get seeds and I grow them with my magic, and it's rather easy whenever you have the training that I do.
And Levi just kind of looks around and he like touches leaves and smells flowers that he is familiar with. And he just turns and smiles. He says, "This is quite an impressive collection of horticulture."
Yes, it is. Yes, here is my prices. And she like flops down this giant book in front of you. And for the most part, the potions that I described are right there in the front. And you can continue to flip through. And, it has pictures and herbs. It kind of loses its organization after like the first 4 pages and just kind of goes all around. There's prices if you wanted to buy whole plants. There's prices if you wanted just to buy a flower, etc., etc. Potion of climbing and potion of healing are 50 gold pieces each. Is there any other potions I had mentioned before that you'd like to check out the prices for?
I mean, the potion of cold resistance would be
300 gold pieces.
That's what I figured. And then potion of fire breathing also sounded cool, but I know that's also super expensive.
175 gold pieces.
Yeah. Considering that we have like 14 gold pieces combined.
This is definitely not the shop you should have shopped in.
Yeah, I just like, we were brought here and we got some info that people in Lonelywood don't like the tea leaves.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to ask her if she wanted anything shipped, or
Yes, that was going to be my next thing. Okay. And then
yes.
Levi is flipping through the book while just having small talk with her, and then he says, by the way, as I said, we are on our way to Lonelywood. We will be passing through Tourlemagne. Do you need anything shipped in that direction? Do you have anything that needs to go that way that we may carry for you?
Yes, I have some things for Nimsy that make it easy, since it seems that you want to talk with her. Here, and she hands over a little bag that she kind of like pulls out from this box. It's a rather dusty box. This is probably something that she's been meaning to send to there and just has not had the time or interest in sending over. It's a lot of little like vials filled with some liquids, a good variety of stuff. And he's like, yes, she ordered this some time ago, and well, to be honest, I just forgot about it until right now. So she'll probably be a bit upset. She may give you some gold, and she may not. Whatever she gives you is mine. Please bring it back.
And Levi turns and just kind of shouts down the hallway, Bite, what is your transportation fee on shipments?
For this distance, 2 gold.
2 gold. She kind of takes the bag back. I'll do it for a couple silver pieces, but if not, I'll find my way back to Lonelywood.
It seems your price is too high for our lovely patron here.
Well, I suppose that is the typical freight rate. I've never really adjusted for smaller trinkets. Yes, I will accept 7 silver pieces.
Here you go. She throws down 7 coins, 5 silver pieces and 2 copper. 2 copper that are kind of hidden underneath the silver pieces, and pushes it over along with the bag. Feel free to take a vial or 2 of my cauldron outside as additional payment, free of charge, of course. And please write down anything that might happen to you. It's always interesting for research. And she gestures to an even bigger book, and just a quick flip through just describes a variety of magical effects that have afflicted people who have ingested or applied the cauldron's containers as an ointment.
It is.
Does any jump out at me in the book?
It is topical, not edible.
It's both.
Is it?
Yeah. What did you say, Levi?
Does anything in the book like jump out at me as like particularly good or particularly bad while I'm flipping through it?
It all seems to be very sorcerous in nature.
Fair. Levi I'll slide the I think he's not going to make a fuss about the fact that she shorted him a silver and change because she's giving us vials of the stuff. But he does ask for the costs on certain plants and components to make health potions. I personally would not know what those are. Bite would know better. Levi doesn't know, and also Ben doesn't know. So,
and also Corey doesn't know. I think creating a magical item is like half the cost, and you just need the time
with an herbalism kit, it's like one day of downtime and 25 gold in materials is what it is.
Yeah.
So I think Levi would I think Levi would ask for what components go into a health potion, right? Because she does sell the plants by themselves.
Yes.
And then continue.
So she'll gestures like, yes, you need these red manita mushrooms and some liquid, particularly something that tastes good. I've heard people using wine. You could use mead, however the honey might cause a little bit of adverse effects whenever it's mixed with mushrooms. Maybe a little bit of loopiness going on. But mostly you're grinding and mushing up this mushroom, fermenting it in the liquid, and just adding your extra little spices contained within your herbalism kit. So really the only thing you need to buy are just red amanita mushrooms.
And let me jot that down really fast so that Levi remembers. Red amanita mushrooms. Health potions. Mushed.
All right. And so...
And I assume one bunch costs 25 gold.
Yes, pretty much.
Beta will buy 1 bunch.
All right. 1 bunch has been purchased. Just take 25 gold off of your starting of your gold. And now, Beta, whenever you were grabbing a vial, and we'll just say, Levi, would you have grabbed your own vial, or would you have just asked Beta to grab some for you?
I think because of the nature of the nasty, I think Levi would want to mess with it for a second.
Okay. So how do you both grab your vials? And it's still parted in the Red Sea, so you could reach all the way down to grab like the gunk that's at the bottom if you so wish.
Now, do the two sides look different, like the left and the right?
Yes. One is a swirling mass of colorful colors. The other one is a swirling mass of more muted colors.
Levi does a grand flourish, and he lets Bite choose first.
And we get one vial each?
Yes. One, it's essentially a potion.
Okay.
And we're going to call the potion the Copper Claw Potion. Based on the Copper Claw foot tub.
Okay. Beta... Okay, so I can take from one side, the other side, and I can take from the sludge at the bottom?
You can take from wherever you'd like. And just describe how you are putting it into your vial.
Yeah, Beta will just kind of pass his vial through the colorful side.
Alright. And how are you holding the vial? Just in your hands?
Yeah, pinched in 2 fingers, and he just kind of dunks it in, pulls it out, caps it.
Roll me.
And licks the excess off the vial.
Okay, well then roll me a 1d100, sir. And Levi, continue on. How are you getting the vial? Are you waiting for him to finish, or are you...
Yeah, I think he waits for him, and hearing what the lady said and having flipped through the book and then watching him both do a topical on his fingers and lick the excess off, Levi just waits and watches before he decides what he wants to do.
So as he licks it, Bite starts to like shimmer and like split, and it's as if there's like a mirror image just right there in front of him.
Ma'am,
mimicking.
Ma'am, you might want to write this down.
And so for the next minute you have as if you casted a mirror image on yourself, Carson.
Shit.
Fun.
Beta runs out in the street and starts a fight.
What? Goodness gracious.
It wasn't me, it was that guy. Points
All
at mirror
4
image.
of Bite.
All 4 of Bite.
That he'll like
Start to fight himself.
yeah, he'll start punching at his things, and they're all dodging, and then he'll go out into the street, and if one Goliath dressed as Yeti draws attention, 4 Goliaths dressed as the same Yeti.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the market, and so it's like you almost like just open a path. People just seem to just divert around you, divert their gaze. They've heard the stories of the gentleman in the Yeti's clothing before, if they've ever traveled really outside of Bryn Shander, and to have 4 of them all mixed up together, it's a rather daunting and intimidating sight.
It's my favorite boy band, Biddy and the Yetis.
It's a good one.
I
All right.
only came here to the party for the drugs. Drugs.
Okay, Levi, how do you get your little potion? And then we will continue on our way out of town.
Yeah, Levi absolutely does it with just his bare hand, because now he wants to see what happens, except he takes half from one side and half from the other side.
Okay. Roll. So you notice that the liquids inside your vials separate just like they were, and they have like a gap of air in between them, almost as if, and no matter how hard you shake it, the 2 sides never completely mix together. It always separates back out again. So roll me a D100.
That's pretty dope.
Now, do I need to roll 2 separate D100s for the 2 separate sides of the potion that got on the or
No. Just
Okay.
one. It's just all for flair. All right. Roll me another one, actually.
He changed his mind. Now you do get 2.
Oh, shit.
Do I need to roll 2 dice? No, but also
Okay, so choose between the 51 and the 83.
I'll I'll go with the 51.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
What do you mean, thank God?
Well, the other one was not a very good effect.
You die.
Roll a new character.
No. That's only 7. 7 would have killed him. Anyways, this spectral shield kind of appears in front of your chest.
Nice.
And for the next minute, you have a +2 bonus to AC and an immunity to magic missile.
Whoa, that's pretty dope. He calls back through the shop. He says,
Ma'am, now if I wanted to have more of this, what would you charge me for it?
Oh. Nobody's ever asked to purchase it, but, yes,
I mean, if you're giving it away for free, I'll take it for free.
Not anymore, I'm not. No. Let's go with
Wait a sec, this has value?
5 gold pieces a potion.
I think that's too expensive considering I'm partaking in your research. How about 5 silver pieces a vial, and I'll report everything that happens to me back to you.
How about 5 gold pieces, and I never have to see you again?
Wow.
Well,
Rude.
considering how much you clearly love my patronage, no.
Well then, continue on your way.
He tucks the potion away and then he flips her off and he leaves.
Typical.
I wish I'd been there to see that.
Yeah, listen, like, you can't just be rude to somebody for no reason.
Yeah, you can. Especially for
No,
cranky
you
old
can't.
women.
No, you can't.
They can.
Cranky old Karens can
Be rude
bite
to
Levi's ass.
All right.
I don't know. I'll let you know that it's actually really easy to be rude to people for no reason.
It is easy, but it doesn't mean you should do it.
I'm just saying I can.
All right. So, now outside of shopping, was there anything else you guys wanted to check out before we leave town? I have some places to go. Otherwise, you guys
I think we should leave town as soon as possible for no reason whatsoever.
Okay.
Other than we've got a timely quest. Lonelywood needs us.
All right. So you guys meet up just outside of Black Iron Blades on the road north out of town, as you had agreed to.
And we get lunch first?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to get lunch at Levi's favorite tavern.
And that is?
Oh, you want me to name it?
You have a choice of Kelvin's Comfort, the North Look, which is where they have Old Bitey.
Where they have what now?
Old Bitey?
Bitey.
Yeah, that one. Do it.
I don't know what that is, but definitely that one.
And the last one would be Rendaril's no, sorry, that's not it. Where is it? Here we go. The Hooked Knucklehead. Those are your 3 options there.
Oh, the hooked knucklehead, though, sounds fantastic. But I'm going to
Good
go with the
lobster,
second
bro.
All right. So the next one is the North Look. It is an establishment that's most frequented by the adventurers here in town. And an Old Bitey is a large knucklehead trout that has been mounted on the wall. Stuffed and mounted on a plaque in the hearth, or just above the hearth of the common room. The proprietor, Scramsax, is rather fond of his thing. In fact, somebody had brought it to him many years ago to cook, and he just kind of fell in love with it as just a rather charm to it. And some years ago, you are aware that a prankster wizard cast a spell on the stuffed fish so that it turns and snaps at people whenever they come close. And occasionally it will sing a song that goes like such. There's a place I like to go, farther up the rivers flow. Where it is I do not know, must be under all that snow.
I love
Oh
that.
my god.
Pretty fishy, walking down the street.
Pretty fishy.
Oh my
Da-na-na-na-na, pretty fishy. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I'm afraid if I say the words of this song, we'll get
We'll
hit
get
with the
copyrighted.
DMCA copyright thing.
What's on the tavern menu today for lunch?
Food.
Perfect. We'll take 4 food.
For food. And throws down a plate that is a little bit skimped out on the meat, with a small cup of soup that goes with it, and a and a small sized drink that you can walk up to.
Would you, considering that this is Levi's favorite place here in Brinchander, and he, I assume, spent a bunch of time here and maybe did the guy a favor, would you let me roll for it?
I will let you roll if you've done him a favor. However, he's retired. It's your favorite tavern. It's also the favorite tavern of like hundreds of other people. So let's see how well you might have he might recognize you. Or rather, he probably recognized you. How well he might like you. What would you like me to roll? What do you want to roll?
I'm just trying to think. Like, if you're a tavern owner, right?
Something like charisma might be good, but at the same time, perhaps it was a show of strength that you had at a time.
So, right. Maybe he was trying to kick a rowdy adventurer out, and Levi helped him do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's say one of the adventurers, a newcomer to town, and this is after some time that you've already spent there, and you're well aware of how protective he is of old Bitey. One adventurer kind of got a little bit too close and poking it around, and you roughed him up a little bit. But roll me your athletics to see how well you roughed him up. If you roll bad, Scrimshax just laughs. If you roll good, which you did, you make quick work of the rowdy adventurer, throw him out of town, and your sandwich today has a bit more high quality meat, a larger bowl on the side, and a cup of ale that goes with it free of charge. Not the best ale, but free ale is free ale.
Levi smiles, and then he says, "Actually, let me get could I get an extra food? Let's say 5 food."
You always do this. Why don't you like my ale?
No, I love your ale. He gestures towards Beatane. He's like, "That's a big guy. He needs more food."
Well, that big guy probably has a purse of his own, so why are you paying for him?
Because he's my friend, and it's a nice thing to do. Come on, man.
Well, if you were my friend, you would drink my ale. You know, I put a lot of effort into that one. I think it could really go somewhere.
I'm going to drink your ale. I'm not refusing your ale. In fact, I'll buy a round of ale for all of my friends right now.
Fine. I'll throw in an extra sandwich for him.
Thank you.
Goliaths always need extra stuff.
They do. He's a big boy, okay? Listen, we're just trying to have a nice meal before we set off to Lonelywood. Speaking of which, do you have any important information that I should know about Lonelywood and/or Turlemaine?
Yeah, you probably heard Turlemaine's having some issues with some kobolds in their mine. I've had a number of adventurers make their way up there and come back. It's a dangerous thing. Dangerous travels, it seems. And Lonelywood, they've really got it bad. Some bloodthirsty moose, of all things, has been tearing up adventurers and have been lurking in the woods outside Lonelywood. They're having trouble of their own. I feel something is up over there in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's exactly why we're headed there. We're gonna go take care of it for them and see what's going on.
Yes. Well, he kind of pushes over the plates of food. Here's your ale. It's about 5 copper per ale. So 4 of you guys.
2 silver?
2 silver.
Yeah, he hands that over. No problem.
Okay. Good. All right.
And actually, he'll tip a silver as well.
Okay. 3 silver across. The ale is quite terrible. Scramstrax has been trying to make his own ale for some time. It's never been good. This is just another iteration of his complete lack of brewing experience.
I figured that was the case. I just didn't want to be rude, but also, I now have a sub quest of learning how Goodmead makes ale, and then not revealing any of their secrets because I want Good Meat to do really well, but just kind of helping this guy for his bar make a slightly better ale that is nowhere near in comparison and nowhere near can compete with Good Meat's ale.
Yeah,
but is just better so that when I drink it, I don't hate it.
Yeah, Good Meat doesn't make any ales, so.
Oh, they make mead. That was a very good point.
Completely different way of making it. So you can learn about mead, but nobody else makes mead in 10 Towns because Good Mead's mead is so good. It's just the fact that nobody's even people have laughed away people who've here, I have this new cask of mead, and they're like, I'm not even gonna try it because there's no way it's better than Good Mead's mead.
Fair. I will. It's now a sub-quest of mine to learn how to make ale, so I can teach this guy how to make ale.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So yeah, we have our lunch, and I deliver a sandwich with soup and ale to everyone, and BJ gets 2 sandwiches.
And so
I feel like
as you guys go on.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, as he was asking about how the other towns are doing, I'm like, and Bryn Shander, does Bryn Shander have anything that they've been needing done, or any outstanding need for adventurers?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's really in your path of where you're trying to go, but yes, there have been some really rather icy dwarves who came into town a couple of days ago, having lost a shipment. That's about all I know. They haven't really stuck around here too often. They've been looking for somebody to help them, but they're going back out to Kelvin's Cairn. I heard it's not really in the direction you're heading.
Yeah, we may have to catch up with them a little later.
Yeah.
It seems our Lonelywood issue is a bit pressing.
I just got
Indeed.
some lumpia, and it's so hot. Delicious. So, Rosemary, you are sitting in the tavern. All of you guys are sitting in the tavern eating, and old Bitey's song comes on. There is a place I like to go, farther up the river's flow. Where it is I do not know. It must be under all that snow.
I'm rocking side to side with the tune of the song.
And Rosemary, you have just a deja vu of hearing that before. Just something you can't really quite place where you've heard it, but man, it's so familiar, and you just have this feeling, this connection that river exists. You can go to Old Bitey's River, and as it would have it, you believe it's just north of Lonelywood.
Okay.
So convenient.
There is a river north of Lonelywood that comes out of the Mayor
Darlington.
Mayor Dualden.
It goes all the way up north.
Yeah, so you just have this feeling that that's the river that it's talking about. You don't know how you know it. You just know that there's something there. You feel like one feeling that you got from your memory was warmth.
I feel like Rosemary's kind of hums along to the song and then catches herself of huh. Okay. She's definitely gonna be meditating on this as she's staring into her really shitty ale, which she drinks anyway because she doesn't understand that it's really shitty ale.
She has that that's so Raven moment where the camera quickly zooms into her pupil. She sees the river.
Exactly.
All right. So, you guys finish your meal, and if there's nothing else to do here in town?
Yeah. At some point while they're shopping, Beta passes by the town hall and just looks at it. For a long few moments.
Stands there at the historical plaque out front and reads the whole thing.
and then walks on.
So
Barry will be sorry, go ahead.
No, so the town hall, which we have this little like complex right here. So this larger building that the town hall is, we're going to call the council hall. And then the speaker's house is right here next to it, and then you have some administrating buildings over here. So this whole section right here is like
Capitol Hill.
Yeah, pretty much right there in town. Roll me a d5.
It's a 3.
3. Okay. I don't really know how to convert that now, actually. Roll me a d100.
It's just a d. You would just
16.
divide the number by 2.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah, I understand that. It's just there's a 20% chance. So I'm like, what does that mean? Like you roll a d100 and it's 80 or above? Does that mean like 1 to 20? I'm gonna go with 80 or above.
Well, a 20% chance on a D10 would be 8 and above.
8 and above. Okay.
Or on a D5 would be 4 and above.
Right. True. Okay. So, you as you pass by the town hall, there's nobody outside. It's a rather large building, able to accommodate all of the council from this town as well as the speakers from other towns. So this town has a council very similar to how Goodmead has a number of people. It's a bit larger. Then you have the the speakers chambers that is a bit bigger in a big circle, with Bryn Shander having a larger table right there in the middle. There's a number of rooms nearby that accommodate traveling dignitaries, and a rather nice bathroom as an outhouse outside, and some other guest rooms that you are aware that town speakers from other towns, and Dale, you'll be aware of this too, can stay at a reduced rate for a rather luxuriously furnished room. So it's not free, but it's like a cheap room price for a fancy room stay. And Duvessa, the speaker of Bryn Shander, is sitting there. You can see her through the window talking with the speaker from East Haven.
Yeah, Beta stands there, and it's probably less him just like standing in the middle of the street as him just like walking by it a few times, and
just turning around to just walking back and forth.
Yeah, and one of the
there's
times
4 Bites out there because he did it when he had mirror image.
he sees her through the window, and if she looks up at him, he makes eye contact and then just walks off to have lunch and leave the town.
She kind of like scours at you, like, what is this person peeking into my window, and walks over to the edge and like pulls the curtains across.
What is this person who is many people?
And so you continue on your way. Roll me perception, Bitte, as you're walking away. Ooh. You catch, as you almost like turn the corner, you still had a little bit of a view of the window. You catch her open the blind back up and peek back out looking for you. But she isn't able to notice you and kind of like sits there for a little bit. Maybe you pause at the end of the street, just like looking at her from a long way away, and then she closes the window again.
It's like how
BT pulls his hood up and walks on into the snow.
It's like how when you blend in with a crowd in Assassin's Creed and you're invisible, except that the crowd is just all him. He takes it with him.
It's just this giant crowd of Yeti people walking. It's like, I'm hidden. Not really, but I am. Goodness. So yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna make our way out of town. We're gonna try to get to Lonelywood before this session is done. Go on.
When we leave the tavern, like for lunch, I want to be like, okay, that place is cool and all, but it's kind of touristy. I'm going to show you where like the locals eat, and just on the way out of town, we're going to go by my favorite.
Oh, right.
The Norfolk is like right by the town gate.
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to divert a little bit, but it's important that you guys see it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna walk over. Let's say.
Andre, is there a single tavern in this city that you haven't been kicked out of?
I mean, We parted amicably at the North Look, like...
By which you mean I saved your ass, and you're still allowed in there as long as I'm there with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
All right.
Sure.
So, Blake, move your character to where this really favorite restaurant / general store. We're gonna say it's a general store. So it's
Over here, it's like in the slums. It's it's a hole in the wall.
yeah. It's
No, that's like towards the Temple District. That's probably the nice part of town.
Oh, while we're near the temple, do we want to ask someone about the cursed items that we have?
We are definitely. He went off to the left side, not the right side.
We're going away from the temple.
Okay.
Later on. Also, I was thinking next time we come to Bridgender, we could probably just go to Mages for the Ages and ask them about them too.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. So here we go.
Spend a bit more time next time.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Hole in the Wall Tavern name.
We go there.
Here it is. I sell things here. Look, it's one of those places. It's like a general store, but he's got a lunch counter in there, and oh my god, the sandwiches.
He really does. He makes these things that it's really odd. You've never really heard them described like this anywhere else, but he calls them gyros.
I just threw up because of how you said that.
Gyros is what he calls them. Okay.
GUY. Yeah, there you go.
They're called gyros.
Gyros.
He has this rotating thing of meat. You've never seen him exchange it out. It's always just rotating. It's what draws people there.
Unspoken rule: we don't ask what the meat is. Do not embarrass me while we're in there.
And he has it written above where the rotating meat is on a sign that says "Unspoken rule: don't ask."
I warned you.
And it is run
I'm gonna get some of this to go.
It's run by Gans McDuggan.
I'm gonna come in and shout, Gans!
Dale!
Gans.
And this is definitely a shop owner that you are on really good terms with. You can hug him. He actually
yes.
He was in the middle of helping somebody else and just kind of shoves them out of the way. And I mean a real shove. Just Dale.
Can he please be super, super old world Greek, but the Forgotten Realm style and kiss me on the cheeks?
Yes. He has
yes.
He wears this this vest with no shirt underneath, and his chest hair is so lush that it looks as if he has another that's his shirt.
You kind of get lost in it during the hug.
When he grabs you and he grabs you in his big burly arms, pulls you close, you know that your head is going straight for it, so you close your mouth instinctively. You've been here before. And he pushes you away, grabs both sides of your head, and just kind of gives you this big whopping kiss right on each cheek. It's a bit wet. And then he looks to the people who you have brought in. He's like, Dell's friends! I recognize you, pointing at Levi.
I look Levi dead in the eye and say, when you're here, your family.
God.
And so the same thing happens to each of you. He grabs you all. He is very strong. There is no way you can resist this. I wouldn't even take a critical roll for athletics to resist this, his ability to resist this.
That's fine. Question for you. Since he's Old World Greek, would there be a chance that he's from the Moonshae Isles?
He used to be a pirate. No, he's a sailor. He very honestly, every time you ask, what did you used to do? Oh, I used to be a pie sailor. A pie sailor.
A pie sailor.
Yes. I sailed the Sea of Pies. And yes, he is familiar with the Moonshae Isles. You've talked to him on occasion. He's not from there. He has stopped by. He's not really well liked.
Fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. I was just curious. Continue on.
You've gotten that feeling that you may have heard a story of how he's gotten out of he's like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But Greek. And so
While I'm here, I need to get a pound of gyro to go.
Of course,
it's been
of
too
course.
long.
Would you like the? He like whispers it really loudly. The secret stash.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know what that means, but yes.
Next to the rotating thing of meat, he opens this cupboard, and there's just another rotating thing of meat there.
It's smaller.
It's kind of smaller.
My smaller secret meat.
He shaves off a lot of the meat and hands it over. He's like, you pay you next time you come back. Yes, friend? I haven't seen you in a while. What's been happening?
I've been out of town. I got, elected to town speaker of good mead.
Oh, well, I do hope that we'll get some good mead to come in here, yeah? I do sell things here.
God, you didn't exist back when I was in town, but yes, absolutely, that is a thing I'm working on.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'll look out for it. Keep the meat free of charge. It's my way of oiling our hands. And this special meat is actually very oily, so if you ever did need to use it to lubricate some wagon wheels, I've heard it has really good results.
Bless you.
God. He plans on selling in his convenience store, he plans on selling the mead in 40-ounce glass containers.
Absolutely.
Just giant growlers. He actually has these bottles that he's already, as part of the things he sells, that as you pour it, you have like the pouring things like of the fish that bubbles, or like the birds that tweet.
What?
You ever seen those? They're like little like touristy things where like you pour water into it and you just tilt it and it makes a sound.
Nope.
Anyways, he has a jug that does that, where as you pour it, it goes.
Love that. I both love and hate that at the same time.
They are his, what he calls them, growlers.
God damn you. God damn it. Cool. All right.
Now
so
listen,
we
Del,
hit
if
the
you
road.
said you wanted a gyro, we could have come from the beginning.
It's okay. I got what I needed, I didn't
Totally
want to
forgot
pass up
it
the
existed at the
opportunity.
beginning.
It's literally, I know you wanted the experience of Old Bitey.
Yes, you got what you needed. Yes, Del, you got a whole pound of Gan's man meat.
Why you gotta?
And Levi
Yes.
winks and he just walks out.
Bitch, God.
Rosemary's
You
just still
didn't
singing.
even give me a time to retort. You win this round.
So oily.
It's so well lubricated, he says as he closes the door behind him.
Oh my god. Lubricated man meat.
Why did he close the door? We're all leaving. What a dick.
Levi holds
purely-
the door
it was purely
closed and
for
won't let
show.
us leave.
It was purely for show. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
All
so
right.
You guys,
We can go now.
leaving the
Settle
ISO
up them
things, you
dogies.
walk back towards the north look, and about halfway down the street, a rather raggedy old lady, kind of shaking a couple coins, like, spare some change.
Levi absolutely tosses a silver in her cup.
Yeah, I'll give her a silver.
Spare some more change. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh, I go and I drop a copper, and I'm like, yay, what news of the city, old timer?
She kind of like grabs your hand, pulls you close, and she's like, thank you. It's rather a cloudy day, is it not? One should be wary when walking on the left side of the street.
Yeah. Always be cautious on the left-handed path and mind your umbrella for rain.
Yes. Spare some change.
Beta's really confused by her.
Levi is also very confused. He does not have any big brain to make out any of it. So he's just like, Okay. In Levi's head, he's like, this lady's batshit. Let's go.
Beta pulls out like what is like a normal size, like fairly large piece of jerky for him. So it's like a salad plate worth of jerky, and he all in one piece, and he just kind of folds it in half and sticks it in her cup and says, "Can't eat silver."
Can't eat silver.
It's like, yeah, you can buy food, but he's like, buying food?
$20 can buy lots of peanuts.
Alternatively, you could just eat this giant slab of meat that has been given to you.
Yeah. Does Beta have any idea what was going on there with that weird exchange?
Yeah, your insight roll tells you that she is batshit crazy.
Okay, cool.
What she's saying makes absolutely no sense.
Unless...
So she continues to like shake her thing, and she's like, spare some change. The goat walks through the hole and swims up through the grotto. It is there that he meets his bride-to-be, and they have the wonderfulest of marriages. That goat and the human girl, happily ever after.
Okay. Yeah, Levi's done with these stories.
Beta claps a little bit and then looks around, sees no one. Oh, okay, and he walks. Glass love stories, y'all.
Yeah.
Rosemary's like, I like your stories better, Vita.
I do have a certain flair.
You do. Did
I'm
you
just
ever...
squinting up at the sky, like looking at the clouds. Is it even actually cloudy?
It's not. No, it's very. It's like, well, it's the normal clouds, because like there is like a general overcast
Winter.
over all. Yeah, it's like winter clouds. There's no like extra clouds that she would say. There's definitely no cumulus clouds that would cause rain.
Fair. All right, let's get out of here.
Leave this place.
As we're leaving, I'm still humming the song. I'm like, Vita, did you ever like sing that? Like, I swear I've heard it before somewhere.
Did Beta used to sing that song to Rosemary?
The goat song?
Yeah. Or no, not
Or the river song.
The river song.
There's a place I like to go.
That vibrato though.
Farther up the rivers flow. And no, he's never sang that to you.
No, I never have.
Where it is, I do not know.
Our DM is losing his mind.
Must
All
be
right,
the
it
right
is
now.
literally taking us forever to get to Lonely Wood, but it is important that I state that I am keeping King Garius with me the whole time so that he can become more acclimated to people.
Oh yeah, I think it's just assumed that like Titus never leaves Levi's side ever.
Yeah, you guys have been dragging a sled throughout all of Bryn Shander then.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't just park your sled and your dogs somewhere.
You do if
Yes, you
there's
do.
the stables.
Stables for your dog?
Yes.
It's called a kennel.
They don't really have horses up here. The stables are for the dogs.
No.
Yes.
They may have parked the sled and like threatened to kill somebody if anything went missing, but Titus goes with Levi everywhere he goes.
You guys just have a bunch of.
Okay, so we leave Bryn Shander.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we leave Bryn Shander now.
Leaving Bryn Shander. Okay. Now, Targos, Turlemaine, and Lonelywood. So you got the Bryn Shander early in the morning-ish. Spent lunch, visited some places, so it's about 2 p.m. or so. It will take you to get out to Terlemaine 3 hours, and then an extra hour after that to get to Lonelywood. So you have 4 hours on the road. You can arrive there just before sunset. Well, I say sunset, but it's not really sunset. It's just going to get darker with the overcast that we have here and there. You do have the dropping off of supplies at Terlemaine, but there's really no reason to go through Targos to stop there.
Yeah, I think we kind of bypass Targos. Like, we follow the road, but, like, we just...
Okay.
Yeah,
they all have business routes and other routes that you can go in and out and around. Now...
We take the bypass.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you're continuing on, do you want to stop by Terlemaine now, beyond just dropping off your gear, or do you want to continue to Lonelywood and then come to Terlemaine on the way home?
Continue to Lonelywood, I think.
I think so, yeah. Especially since it was like, you guys should get to Lonelywood first, and also Tourmaline seems to be not something that anybody wants to mess with right now, so...
Was Tourmaline the kobold miner?
Yes.
Plot hook? Okay.
Yeah, like, I'm down to help them with their mines, but it seems like they kind of have at least a little on it versus, like, active attacks.
Yeah, it's an economic issue rather than a life and death issue.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We can start a union there later.
Hmm.
Give me 1 second. Just preparing Lonelywood. Okay. And we're going to cut today's session off a bit early. So we'll probably end just a bit after 1 o'clock today.
Okay. I feel like also as they're traveling, especially like up the road to Tourmaline, and especially after they leave Tourmaline, Rosemary's just kind of like, she keeps just like staring at things, like along the road or like off like over the lake. She looks very confused.
Yeah, so you guys approach, and as you get closer and closer to Lonelywood, more and more like trees just start to pass up. In fact, you're passing through a very thick forest, kind of just at the edge, but there are some trees on both sides of the road as you're walking between the Mauer, Dualden, and the Lonely Woods. Flippy flip flip. Flippity flip flip. Flipping to Lonelywood. So, Lonelywood is a quiet town of loggers, fishers, and scrimshanders, doing their best to eke out a living right here on the edge of the world, being that this is the most northern point of 10 towns and the most northern settled part of Icewind Dale. It's a rather friendly town with some levels of comfort and services, and it only has a population of roughly 100, although they have lost a few souls in the past few days. Speaker Nimsy Huddle is a halfling, and she has her house is right there along the edge of the main road going towards the lake. There are no inns in town, and there is only a shop and a tavern. Most people who you've heard that spend time in Lonelywood have been welcomed to the speaker's house, as she has a heated attic that she quite often throws people into.
Makes it sound like that's the jail.
Yeah.
So as
throw people into the attic.
As you guys are walking down the main road towards the speaker's house, you first pick up on the smell of cookies wafting down the air, and you quickly see there is a halfling with a plate of cookies and a fan wafting it down the main street. She watches you come. She quickly puts the fan away, but you've noticed it already. And
Levi is sprinting. Levi is sprinting towards the cookies.
She kind of like leaves the cookies there, opens the door for her speaker's house, walks inside, Levi, you're standing there outside of her little speaker. She has a little bit of a porch, and you'll notice inside that in the house in general is not built for halflings. It's very much a human-sized house, but you kind of get a glance inside and see a lot of the furniture is suitable for halflings. She kind of comes back out with 4 halfling children that rush out outside and greet you all. And she kind of looks to the group and is like, "Excellent! I believe that you guys are here to help us with our problem, no? Or are you just adventurers passing through?"
First, may I have a cookie? They smell delicious.
Of course, of course. Wibble nubbles, give him a cookie. And one of the children kind of grab a cookie for you and take a bite out of it and then hand it to you.
Levi pats him on the head and he takes the cookie and just like makes a big show of like tossing it up into the air and then catching it and eating it all in one bite.
Oh, children's hands are like, oh.
I don't care.
So gross.
Levi doesn't care.
Yeah, I know, but Dell is just like, oh.
Hey, Del, when's the last time you washed your hands?
I don't touch child things.
Anyways. Well, you've probably heard we've had some issues with a killer moose. Our
We
loggers
have
are,
indeed heard about your moose situation.
our loggers
I
are
try
unable
not
to do their job. We haven't shipped any logs out of town in a while, and well, we've sent word to a number of towns, Goodmead and Dugan's Hole, Caer Konig and Bremen, but nobody has sent anybody.
Not true. Goodmead answers the call, citizen. I don't have my sword to flourish anymore. That would have helped, but
Did the speaker send you?
the speaker sent the speaker. That's me. I'm the speaker. Hello, Del Nadre Miracos.
She kind of stares at you for a second. Oh yes, that's right. You guys did have a speaker election, right? I heard there was a death. Somebody died. Somebody died, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody died.
Never forget. Whatever his name was.
Good old what's his face.
Yes. Okay. What? Our loggers terrorized big white moose.
Del probably knows the name, but you know.
Yes. Speaker.
I have a real life to live. I can't remember all these details.
real sparrow.
Yeah.
Um,
Pour one out for your homies.
we've sent a number of hunters and some poor souls of adventurers have wandered in town and thought they could take it on their own, but they've all died. The moose is taunting us. He brings their bodies back to the edge of town and leaves them here. You may have already passed some of their dead bodies, but we had a hunter go off a few days ago. But we haven't seen him back again.
Very strange moose behavior.
It is. We've known that there's a white moose, but he's never been evil. This is evil. Something messed with him. Maybe somebody wronged him, took his moose children away from him. I don't know.
This seems like a job for Rosemary. You can talk to the moose, right?
I can talk to the moose, yeah.
Let's talk to the moose. Oh, also, ma'am, I assume you are Speaker Nimsy?
Yes, Nimsy Huddle at your service. She bows.
Ah, yes, my favorite LA-based rap artist.
That was a long time
Levi-
ago. I put that life behind me.
Levi goes back to the sled and pulls out the small package from Brinchander, and he walks back and he says, I have a package for you from Brinchander. It seems you ordered something a long time ago, and a very brisk and terribly organized potion master has given me this to give to you.
Oh. Her. Took her sweet-ass time getting up here. She kind of yanks it. Well, you can tell her I'm not going to pay for this, given that it's 3 years late.
3 years?
I don't know. I really don't know what I was thinking. She never leaves Brinchander, so whenever she said, yes, I'll deliver it, I knew that was going to be a lie, but she probably won't even remember that it's here, so yes. Please tell her I refuse to pay for it.
Will do. She was also very rude to me, so I have no personal loyalties to her.
Yeah, we
Wow.
We have some issues to go over, but that's another time, another family as well.
Speaking of issues, I would like to have a discussion with you about issues later, but for now, any information you can provide us about this moose would be more than welcome.
Moose.
Fine, good. Well, come inside. I will sit down, bring the children inside with you as well. They don't want them to be wandering off into the forest anymore. Sit down and we will speak more on this subject. And she invites you all into the speaker's house.
And Levi just kind of like waves and ushers the children back inside like he's herding cats.
Rosemary is like eating a cookie while staring at houses and like is kind of distracted and only realizes when people are like going inside. She's like, oh, okay. And she'll go and follow.
So that is where we're going to end our session here. Excellent job, everybody. We'll get more into the quest of Lonely Wood in our next session, which I believe we have set for the 18th, correct? Does anybody else? I know, Blake, you will not be able to make it because you'll be on a flight.
Right, that Friday evening, right?
Yeah. Okay. What was that, Rachel?
June 19th?
So I won't be able to do the 19th?
Right, okay.
So we're going to do it on the 18th. If that works for y'all. If it doesn't work, then we'll meet again on the 3rd of, well, that definitely will not work. We'll have to do like the 2nd because I have a big 4th of July event on the 4th. I may be able to work on the 3rd. We'll have to see how that goes going forward. But 4th of July is just a holiday weekend. We might actually just skip that weekend, depending on how.
What time on the 18th? What time on the 18th?
6:37, just depending on how we're available. It may end up being a shorter session as well.
Okay.
And we want to play. We can plan for 6:30 to 9:30 like normal.
Yeah, that would work.
Cool.
Okay, so let me open this with. All right. So I'm going to take a little opportunity here to go over a really fun PDF that I've been able to get off of DM's Guild. It is called 10 Towns... Plug. Yes, exactly. We've gotten to the level where we are allowed to plug things for people. But in today's session, I actually used a lot of information from 10 Towns Expanded. And for those who are out there listening, whether you're a DM or a player, if you've read Icewind Dale, the Rime of the Frostmaiden, you know, and it's very common with Wizards of the Coast, that they're pretty lax when it comes to details of towns. For something as large as Bryn Shander, they only mentioned 3 buildings in that whole thing. And that's, it's the ones that pertain, and it has the opportunity, it's, for DMs to create their own information, but everybody has lives to live, and, building taverns and shops for every single town in all of Icewind Dale, and then continuing on. Some people have the time to do it and some people don't, and it's in those opportunities that these booklets made by dedicated individuals out there really come in handy. And so 10 Towns Expanded, today we actually we visited one of the shops from that book called Piona's Oils and Elixirs. That is where we got that information, was from 10 Towns Expanded. And the old Bitey song, the author of this book, which his name, let me look up right here. Sorry, it's actually right here. Patrick Reese. Lovely guy. He actually added a lot of extra to really connect that old Bitey song to a place, which really plays well into our characters. And the fact that we're going to Lonely Wood, we can maybe even tie that in with our tea leaf little what's happening there. So there's so much more from what Bryn Shander in the book is really just a half page of information. Patrick's put together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of shops and quests that go on there in Bryn Shander. There's a really nice appendix in the back for random encounters that kind of happen inside the 10 towns. Is that something that the book focuses a lot on? Icewind Dale, a great section of Icewind Dale, but when it comes to 10 towns, it's just they're just there to throw quests at you, really. And this 10 towns expanded PDF, which you can find on DM's Guilds, and I think right now it's for the price of $7.95, so $8 and some change. 50 pages of really good information, 76 different locations there, throws in some extra mini quests. You have 37 town events, diverse road encounters, more options, more information, and it's just a really helpful resource for those who are playing Icewind Dale and just looking for some extra oomph into your game. And so that's all for my plug today. Everybody is a Mimic. My name is Corey. I was your Dungeon Master today and forever. Next up, I was joined by all of our players. Del Nadre, played by
me.
Bitte, played by a ghost. Him. Rosemary, played by
me.
And Levi, played by
me.
Yes. All right, and thank you all for watching today. We will join you guys soon. If you want more information on our group, you can find us at everybody'samimic.wordpress.com. There you can find links to our past sessions, information about our characters and people who play them, as well as blogs, which you will see a blog going more in depth on the 10 Towns Expanded very shortly. So until next time, bye-bye, folks.
Love you, bye-bye.
See y'all.
Oh, sorry, I cut it off before that.
No, it's okay. My fault. I was late on the draw.